The small skyline of the Crescent River Valley, the town of Crescent Wash, and its sister town, South Bend. As we look down on Crescent Wash High, the Cobra Chickens practice for the upcoming season. Students meander in and out of their classes, while still other students are either returning or leaving for lunch period. The streets of Crescent Wash are busy with the deliveries from the neighboring farms, taking their produce to the local shops and markets. Near the middle of town, a large cathedral like structure pierces above the small city slime. Crescent Community Library. Within the halls of the library, we find some adults browsing for the newest novels from their favorite authors, students performing research for their next big project or exam. Near the back of the library, we find five such students, their faces dimly lit by the faint blue glow of a microfiche machine. Their faces pursed in confusion, contemplation, and determination as they continue to search for clues concerning the chaos in Crescent Wash. As they speak amongst themselves, a shadowy figure approaches them. Nathan, you are the first to see this shadowy figure. What do you do?
I pointed out to everybody else that there's some dude heading towards us.
You five may take the scene at this point.
Oh, guys, what should we do?
I don't know. Send Shaggy to say something. Go look at it. I don't know.
Look at what?
The guy heading towards us?
I
You
don't
guys can
see
him,
anyone.
right?
Should we
Wait,
go
what do you
tell
mean you
the,
don't
I
the
see a shadow.
librarian?
I don't
Out
know
of
what
the
to
shadows, out of the shadows, the lights of the library highlight a man, roughly 6'2" and stocky. His tight acid-washed blue jeans accentuate his lower half, while the dark t-shirt under his red felt button-down shirt, along with blue jean jacket, cover his stocky top half. He approaches you.
do.
You kids need to be careful. There
What
are
do you mean?
many urban legends that hold more truth to them than you know.
Okay, clearly you know something more than we do. What do you want about? What are you talking about?
He looks at the microfiche and he looks at each of you. His steely gray eyes seem to take in the group as a whole and each of you as individuals. The land holds many secrets, has many skeletons in the closet, and its people are burdened by many sins of their ancestors.
Do you care to share any of these secrets with us?
He kind of integrates himself into the little semicircle that you guys have formed around one of the microfiche machines, and he looks into the microfiche, points it out. He says, "Looks like you guys are doing a pretty good job of it yourselves."
Well, I mean, we have some information, but if you have anything else you'd like to share, we're always willing to listen.
Let me get my book out before you say anything.
As you say that, Nathan,
course, with the book.
He looks at you, and he seems to just stare at you as he looks to make his first impression of you.
What? What did I do?
And he kind of lifts his hand up around his stomach area, and he kind of points at you, Nathan. He says, "Would you happen to know of the tale of the woman in white?
Yes, very thoroughly. Why?
And what do you know?
I know that it's a tale of a woman that was killed, and she's trying to get back to her children, and she usually picks up hitchhikers and kills them. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. You don't that you telling me that's what's going on here?
And he looks down and he pulls the microfiche tray out and pulls out the small, flimsy blue piece of plastic. And he kind of holds it up to you all to see. You see, 40 years ago, there was a woman. Her name was Marilyn Crease. She was a student at the University of Arizona at Flagstaff. And as he starts to tell this story, you see his expression, his face starts to soften slightly. She was a history major. She was interested in the myths and lore of the Crescent River Valley. She just moved here from Oklahoma on a scholarship. And as legend goes, and he hands the microfiche to you, Nathan. During her second semester, she fell in love with a man from Crescent Wash, one of her professors, Michael Briers. His sigh bears weight with it. Michael was a young professor of local history. Though he was older than Marilyn, she was convinced that Michael was her soulmate. And despite the evidence, the advice from her friends, she dropped out of her courses. She dropped out of college. And eventually the two were married. After about a year, Mary got pregnant with twins. As the story goes, shortly after they were born, Mary caught Michael in bed with another woman. She went mad, killed him, and then killed herself. The man turns his head and just kind of looks at all the historical books, looks at the cabinet of the microfiche, where all the microfiche film is, looks at Soraya, then looks at Chris, looks at Shaggy, and then finally at Bunny. His eyes seem to mist over. Story goes, her spirit is drawn to lovers, to friends, with seemingly unbreakable bonds, waiting for someone to break that bond, waiting for somebody to be unfaithful. And he kind of stands back. You may take the scene.
How do you know all this?
Forgive me. My name is Jason. Jason Briers.
What?
Michael was my uncle. My father told me this story. I was raised with it.
Well, so much for us looking through all this. We have somebody right here that can give us every piece of information we need.
Unfortunately, as far as history is concerned, the Sumpners doctored a lot of the information that was put in there. Most of it is correct. Some of it's not.
They just took out everything that made them look bad.
Let's just say they omitted some names.
How did she kill herself? Did it have anything to do with a fire?
Well, unfortunately, that is not something that I actually know. A lot of how she died, and from what my father told me, is accurate with what you would find in the library archives. All I really know is that she killed my uncle, and the house went up in flames. the investigation was that spark from one of the logs jumped out, lit an antique rug on fire, and the whole place ended up going up in flames.
Okay, so can you explain why they're after us and why they're doing this to us?
And he takes
we're
each
talking-
of you in.
Well, shouldn't we kind of tell them a little bit about what's going on first?
I mean, that's probably a good idea, yeah.
What exactly
We're just gonna
is
trust the
going
weird,
on?
creepy guy?
Well, the fact
You
that
know,
we've been
I was thinking the same thing. Also, I'm thinking if this should not be something that should like the whole town should know. This is a small town. Gossip gets around. Like this is like something that like why haven't we heard this story before? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Well, because
I mean,
rich
it
people
sounds like they
cover
covered it
up
up.
things. I mean, it happens all the time.
It
Maybe-
is a
maybe-
small town.
Maybe we
And
should tell
sometimes-
him. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Maybe we should tell him what we've been experiencing because we're at a standstill right now.
Okay. Dude, basically it boils down to this. We were at a high school party last night. Or was it last night? Yeah, it was last night. Anyway,
The other night.
and there was a dead body, and then we went home and there were all these ghosts, and they've been haunting us and terrorizing us and mimicking our loved ones and making us see things that aren't there, and we're just trying to figure out what's going on.
He takes each of you in. He says, "You guys are pretty close friends, aren't you?"
Yeah, Barry, yes.
Well, there you go. She probably saw how much interest you had in her, and so now she has interest with you. And unfortunately, she's latched onto you as a group, waiting to see which one of you is going to turn on the other first.
Well, how do you explain the death of one of the students at our school? I mean, they even found the other person either yet.
Yet.
Is this a part of that as well?
Hold on, back up. So how long ago was this fire? I'm sorry, I missed. How long ago again was it that she died? Like 50 years ago?
I think at this point,
40.
it was about 40 years ago.
40 years ago? Okay, that's what that 40, 50 years ago. So why is it happening now? Like, she's like been what, dormant for 40 years? No deaths have happened in the mysterious deaths, no stalking. I mean, this is craziness. There's got to be another explanation.
Well, if you take a look at a lot of the other microfiche, you probably would find some more information. It hasn't just started up again, though there was a small lull. She's like a prowling lion, a lioness, waiting for the weakest member of a herd. And when she finds the weakest member, she immediately attacks.
Wait a minute. Does that mean that our beloved football star was unfaithful?
You're a smart one.
He's a teenage boy. You can't expect much. That's unfair.
I'm just saying, if that's the type she goes after, and she got him.
Yeah.
Yeah, but hold on. How do you expect her going after us though, other than just knowing the information?
And being friends.
I'm still stuck on the close friends thing because, as far as I know, none of you people even liked me.
And the new kid has only been here for a summer.
You're all here, aren't ya?
Well, yeah.
All
We're
right
like,
then.
And yet here all of you are together.
Exactly.
I
That's the
understand.
thing. But what is she? What do they have to gain from hurting us or doing this to us, other than finding the information? What do they care? They're dead.
She's hungry.
Yeah.
She's a lost spirit bent on vengeance. I expected you, and he looks at you, Nathan, to be a little bit more familiar.
I'm not saying I'm not. This is just getting out of hand.
And it'll get even worse if you don't stop her.
How
Oh, wow, she's your freaking on. You stop her.
how are we supposed to stop her?
It appears that those who are not directly related by blood have a better chance against her.
How convenient for you.
But you
Right.
know, if she died in a fire, the way you normally deal with a spirit is you find the remains of their earthly body, you salt
you burn
and
them.
burn it.
Yeah.
But if she
Mm.
died in a fire, we can't do that. So what do we do?
Find something she's clinging to. You find the next best thing, whatever she's attached herself to.
Ooh, her nephew.
What?
You want to burn her nephew?
We can't do that, or we'll be in jail. Come on, think.
You're
Maybe
probably
the
right.
whole house burnt
What?
down.
What? Yeah, but there has to be some kind of attachment that's keeping her here.
Wait.
Shaggy,
She had a kid, didn't she?
Shaggy, roll a brains for me, please.
Yeah, hold on a second.
Make a brains roll difficulty of 10. You rolled an 8. That is a failure. You can either take the adversity token, or you can spend 2 and make that a success.
Oh, have one. I'm gonna take the adversity token.
Okay, so give yourself an adversity token. Bunny, go on ahead and roll for me a brains check, difficulty of 10, please. Would you like to spend 2 adversity tokens to make that a success, or would you like to take the 1 adversity token?
I only have one adversity token, so I can't.
All right, go on ahead and give yourself another adversity token as you have failed. Nathan, please make the same roll for me. Brains, difficulty of 10.
It's okay.
Nathan, as you guys are talking amongst yourselves, trying to figure out what's going on, you notice that through the corner of your eye, as you have looked at each other, the man has actually turned and is now halfway out of the library, heading outside of the building at this point, leaving you kids by yourselves.
Hey, come, what are you doing? You guys gonna let him leave?
Let him go. How did he find us anyways? Where's
What do
his
you-
information coming from?
What do you
That's
want
why
us
I
to
don't want
do?
him
know
to
what
go.
we're searching for. That's creepy.
Yes, that's why we can't let him leave.
What
Let's
were we
go
supposed
after
to
him.
do? Chase him down and jump on his back?
Yes, yes.
I think he's a stalker. Maybe he's doing all this. And where's next
Daggy,
victim?
he's got a hot dog
How
in
the
his
hell
pocket.
do you explain that?
How the
What
hell
the
do you
heck?
explain him knowing what the fuck we're doing here?
Yeah, Shaggy,
Something
he's
else
got a
going
hot
on.
dog. You need to go get it.
Yeah, go get him, Shaggy. He's got candy in his back pocket.
Hey, oh,
Shaggy,
Oh my god. Yeah, that's gonna go over
Make
well with
a,
everyone outside.
make a flight check, please. I'm gonna say flight difficulty of 6.
Oh my god.
Shaggy, you have succeeded by over 10, which is a dramatic and possibly game-changing success. Please tell me what exactly you do at this point, as they have told you that this strange man, Jason, has a hot dog and some candy in his back pocket.
I'll run after the guy and tackle him yelling food.
He stops and turns at you. We're gonna do an opposing. We're gonna do an opposing uh, uh, brawn check. So since he is the defender, he will roll first, and then you will have to beat his roll or meet it. I have rolled a 12. You need to roll a 12 or higher.
Well, that's not happening.
So you catch up to him yelling food, and you reach out for his back pocket. As you do, he kind of just, as he's turning, he sidesteps you, and you completely miss him. You collide with one of the library tables, and you hear a sickening crunch reverberate through your face as a sharp pain radiates from your nose throughout the entirety of your face. Jason kind of just shakes his head and continues to walk off as blood pours from your nose. What you rest of you guys see is he runs after Jason, screaming food at an angle, and Jason turns and Shaggy collides with one of the tables, and his head bounces. His face bounces off the surface, snapping his head back, and he falls backwards, and you can literally see a spurt of blood fly through the air as Jason just shakes his head and continues walking out of the library. Take the seat.
Well, oh, Shaggy, you good?
Well, that hurt.
Yeah, you got blood spewing out of your nose, man.
Shaggy, your nose is very effectively and completely broken, almost at an impossible 90-degree angle at this point.
I run into the bathroom, get some paper towels, wet them, and bring them to Shaggy for him to hold on his nose to help stop the bleeding, and say, "Hey guys, we gotta get him to the hospital."
Yeah, we gotta
I
go right now.
100% agree. We gotta go.
Yeah.
How far away
The
is
librarian approaches you, and in a panic, oh my god, hold on, let me call an ambulance really quick. And he runs off and goes back to his desk
Maybe
and
there's
starts
something wrong.
busying himself on the phone. What do you kids do at this point?
Do you guys want to wait for that, or do you want to just go now?
Guys, we can't be here if an ambulance gets here. We're gonna be in trouble for skipping school.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. We need to
Guys,
go.
my mom works at the hospital.
Ah,
Okay, well, my dad already knows that we're at the library, so
maybe
I
we say
can
he
go with
tripped and fell.
Shaggy.
I say he was attacked, and we get this. What the fuck was his name? Guy in for questioning.
Jason.
Jason.
But
We'll
we
blame
don't.
Jason. We'll say that
We'll
he
blame
punched
Jason.
Shaggy.
Yeah, but libraries
I
have
don't-
cameras, guys.
And does it really? It's an old library, small town. It might not be able to afford cameras. Where are the cameras? Are the cameras?
Bunny
This is the
and
80s. There's no
Soraya.
cameras.
Yeah,
Bunny and
it is.
Soraya, guys, make a brains check, please. Difficulty of 6.
Brain. There's brain.
Damn.
Yeah,
Wow.
off topic. I don't think they had.
Damn.
So Fluffy, Bunny, go on ahead and give yourself an adversity token.
Sniff.
So as you go to look around, your foot hooks on Shaggy's ankle, and you kind of trip to the floor. But before you completely fall to the ground, you put your hands out in front of you and stop yourself. Soraya just kind of shakes her head, looks around, and then realizes a library like this probably doesn't have any kind of security. And as she looks around,
Imagine like
her-
overhearing a conversation between mercenaries.
as she looks around, she pretty much confirms that this place does not have any kind of security cameras. Take the scene.
Hey, do we really want to put this guy in jail, guys? We could ruin his whole life over this.
Hey, he literally told us everything, walked away, and decided to say, "Hey, you're dealing with this." He's as much
Yeah,
He's
but
as much
the
involved with
cops
this as we
aren't
are.
gonna believe any kind of supernatural stuff. They're not gonna ask him the right questions. We're not gonna be able to be there. So what good
My
would it
dad's
do?
a lawyer.
Bunny, roll a. Actually, real quick, what did you guys do when Bunny fell to the ground? We'll
Well, they
start with
just all
Nathan.
watched
What
me
did-
and laughed.
I
I went to go try
I
and-
was just about to say something. I was like, "Damn, are you
try-
okay?"
I go to
Yo,
check
go
if
back,
she's
looks good.
okay and
Okay.
make sure she's good.
Chris, what did you do when she fell to the ground?
I just watched.
No, after
And
she
Soraya
blew
was
up-
actually looking in at the ceiling trying to find things, so she was not looking down. Bunny, make a brains check, difficulty of 7, please.
Yay!
Okay. That works enough for me. As you're down there and you're talking, you see what looks like some kind of piece of
Just
paper underneath the table that Shaggy bounced his face off of.
I pick up the
Oh,
paper
gosh,
and take a
you're-
look at it.
As you grab it, it feels more like photo paper, and as you turn it over, you see it as a picture of a woman and a man, and it looks like a wedding photo of some type. It is black and white.
Okay, so I would take it to the librarian and ask him what it is.
Well, first of all, you guys were engaged in this
Oh.
conversation, so finish that and then go on ahead and continue. But go on ahead, take the scene.
Hey,
We
I'm not.
really take care of old boy here.
I'm not a professional, but my mom is a nurse, and I have had to reset a bone or two. Do you guys want me to try to reset Shaggy's face?
Oh, I don't want
I'm
to.
just gonna I'm gonna just walk away while you do that because I don't feel like vomiting again today.
Right?
Yeah, my mom's a nurse too. I mean, you can reset it. It's just cartilage. It's not actual bone. Go for it, I
Does it
say.
make it
That's not the point. I'm gonna
sound
go over
less
this way. I'm gonna walk
nasty?
away.
You want me to help? I'll help.
So Nathan and Soraya start to walk away. Shaggy, Chris, and Bunny are talking about this. Are you going to let them try and reset your very broken nose?
If you say
Give him a
yes,
candy
Oh, they
bar.
can't smell
What
out
do you
the
got? Who's got a
food.
candy bar?
Oh, I've got chewing gum.
Hold on, let me check my backpack. I probably have. I probably have something. Yeah, here's a Snickers bar.
So Shaggy, Soraya hands you a Snickers bar.
Ah, food.
only
Very
if you let us
distracting, go
reset
for
your
it.
nose.
He's distracted. Do it. Oh, I guess he's
What
stuffing
about
his
nose?
face.
All right, I'll hold
so
his head.
which one? Okay. And Chris, you're going to attempt to reset his
I'm gonna
nose?
attempt to reset his nose.
Okay.
I'm
So
gonna
this
look
is a
away.
complicated action. So first, Chris, I'm going to have you make a brains check, please.
So we dropped something off the bar, right?
I will say difficulty of 8. Now make a grit check, please. Difficulty of 5. Shaggy, make a grit roll, please. Difficulty of 6. Chris, you put your hands on his nose in a way that you can best remember.
Can I
And-
can I ask Bunny if she can walk me through this because I've only done it once.
Bunny, would you like to use or help Chris by spending some adversity tokens in order to increase her failure? Also, Chris, go on ahead. Actually, the two of you can put everything together and try to make that one into a, I believe I said difficulty of an 8
I only
or
have
difficulty
3.
of 9.
I only have 2.
All right, so altogether that would be 5, which would bring it up to a 6.
I have
Which
one.
would be, but you and Soraya have walked off.
Oh right, okay.
So you can increase that to a failure of only 3 as opposed to a failure of 8. Do you wish to use all of your adversity tokens in order to close that gap?
I'm gonna do that so I don't rip poor Shaggy's nose off his
Ye-
face.
Yeah, I agree. I'll use all of them.
So Chris asks Bunny to walk her through it, and as they're going along and Shaggy's just munching on his Snickers bar, kind of moving his head, and Chris, the two of you are kind of talking about it, arguing about it, because your knowledges are kind of all over the place a little bit, and finally Chris just says fine and just makes a twisting motion with their hands on Shaggy's nose. Shaggy Pain goes through you down to your stomach. You feel nauseous. Your body goes numb slightly. Your fingertips go numb. You drop your Snickers bar as this pain radiates through your face. You don't collapse. You don't get sick, but it's just a sudden pain throughout your face. Chris, as you step back to look at your handiwork, you notice it is no longer at a 90-degree angle, but it is also not completely straight at this point, and the bleeding has kind of stopped. In the meanwhile, as you're doing this, Nathan and Soraya, you guys walked off, so you didn't have to see this. What did you guys walk off? Did you do anything in particular? Or did you just turn your heads?
I just turned my head.
I just took a few steps to the side, yeah, and turned away.
Sorry, bud.
You guys hear a sickening crunch
Oh God!
come from behind you, and Shaggy, you hear Shaggy kind of, and you hear his Snicker bar hit the floor. And then now back to you, Chris, as you see that you have somewhat fixed his nose. What do you do?
Well, it's not bleeding anymore.
I don't know. I think it gives him character.
Makes you look tough, Shaggy.
Yeah, it's just a little crooked.
My Snickers. Fasting rule.
It's been longer than 5 seconds.
As Shaggy bends down.
I
and picks up
can't count.
Shaggy bends down, grabs a Snicker bar, and tosses it back into his mouth as he continues to eat it.
Can you breathe through your nose?
That's worse than the nose.
Can Shaggy breathe through his nose at this point?
It's a little stuffed up, but he can breathe through it. At this point, Soraya, as you have turned your head, you do see the librarian hangs up the phone and starts walking towards you guys.
Oh, we're in so much trouble, guys.
We need to leave now.
Yeah, we
Okay,
need to
guys, where are we gonna go? What are we gonna do?
Just get out of here. I don't care where we go after
Yeah,
that. We
just
can
go.
figure it out later. Let's go.
Get away from this area. Let's go.
Come on, Shaggy. Let's go.
Okay, but I still have this picture. I need to find out what it is.
You have
You
about
figure
5
it out on
seconds.
the way.
You have
Let's
about
go,
5
come on.
seconds before the librarian reaches you.
Let's
All
go
right,
before he gets
you
we'll
guys
look at it
go.
later.
I'm gonna go
I'm
talk
gonna
to the
grab Shaggy
librarian. I'll
Come out of
meet
the
you.
library.
Okay, be careful.
Okay.
Bunny is opting to stay behind. What are the rest of you doing?
I'm gonna go with the others.
I'm leaving, and I'm taking Shaggy with me.
I gotta stay with Bunny. I can't
Okay.
abandon my friend.
So we
I was
will,
gonna,
as Nathan,
I was gonna say sexism disregarded.
as Nathan, Shaggy, and Chris leave the library, we're gonna stay with Bunny and Soraya. Bunny and Soraya. The librarian reaches up to you and he says, "Hey, where are your friends going? What's going on here?"
Oh, it's okay. It was a lot worse than it looked, and
Not as worse as it looked.
yeah,
Not as bad.
it looked a lot worse than it was. I meant, and they're going to go to the doctor to the clinic right now.
Well, I called the ambulance. They're on their way here.
You might
What's-
want to
what's-
call
what
them and
exactly
cancel
going on?
it.
And who is?
People that are dead.
Oh. And he
I
turns
mean,
around and
right
goes
now,
back
English,
to
they can't even
his
read it.
goes back to his desk and he picks up the phone again. What are you two doing at this point?
All right, he is not gonna be happy, and he's not gonna want to give any information. So we have to find a way to make him happier. Let's start cleaning up this mess with all Shaggy's blood everywhere. And then ask him for help with the photo. What do you think?
Sure. We can try that.
All right.
Is there anybody else in this library?
There are a couple of adults and some other students that are kind of now looking at you all
Oh, wonderful.
from the whole thing that just happened.
Quick question. Is the library carpeted or does it have a linoleum floor?
This is a very old library, so it actually has hardwood floors, and there are
Oh.
rug tapestries that create small carpeted areas, but it's not installed carpet.
Okay, let's run into the bathroom. I'll grab paper towels, get them wet, wring them out. You grab dry paper towels. I'll mop it up. You dry it.
Okay, let's go.
So you guys head off to the bathroom. We turn back to Nathan, Shaggy, and Chris. You guys have exited the library at this point. What are you doing?
Okay, we're okay now that we're away from that situation. Where do we go, guys? Where do you want to go?
Oh. Um,
Eventually, Bill is going to
do
go
we see
fan
creepy
for
guy
fan.
anywhere or is he gone?
I don't see him.
Go on ahead and make a brains check, Chris. I'm gonna say difficulty of 10. You got a 4. That is a failure of 6. Would you like to use any adversity tokens to
Nope.
reduce your failure? Okay. Give yourself an adversity token. You look around, and pretty much the only thing of any interest that you see is the police station lockup off in the distance, but that's about it. There's no sign of Jason anywhere. Nathan, would you like to also look for Jason?
Yeah.
Make a brains roll, difficulty of what did I say? 10. You succeeded by 11 points. You don't see Jason. The only thing you really do make out is the red Dodge Daytona in lockup. Again, this is a couple blocks away. And you also hear off in the far distance sirens.
Well, I hear the sirens coming, so we got to decide soon where we're gonna go. I don't see Jason.
How hard do you think it is to sneak in and look at that Dodge?
I got to do it, don't I?
I mean,
Fine, I'll do it, but you guys got to watch my back.
what do you think, Shaggy?
Hmm.
Yeah, he's got your
gonna-
back. Let's go.
Oh, damn it! All right, I'm gonna go. Okay, I'm gonna climb the. Is it a big fence? Is it like? Can I get over it?
So it is a couple of blocks away. It's going to take you a minute or two to walk on over to there.
Okay, well I'm gonna walk over there. I'm gonna start heading
All
over
right.
there.
All right. So do the three of you go as a group?
Yeah, we're gonna walk
Yes.
over with him.
Give me one moment. Okay, it takes you a couple of minutes to get over there. We're going to cut over to, as you're walking, back to Bunny and Soraya. So you guys have separated yourselves into wet paper towels and dry paper towels and begin to clean up the mess. Who has the wet paper towels?
I do.
She does.
Bunny, go on ahead and make a grit check for me, difficulty of 5. You succeeded on the dot. So instead of smudging and smearing the blood all over the place, you do a pretty good job of cleaning it up. As Soraya comes back behind you and dries it up, and then you get on your hands and knees and clean some of the blood off the floor as well. It's not the best cleaning job you've ever done, but as far as you're concerned, it will do. And as you guys are done and kind of getting ready to throw everything away, the librarian approaches you guys again. He says, "Listen, thanks for cleaning up the mess, but you kids need to be in school. I know you said that you came here to do some research, but I think it's
Yeah.
about time." And he looks at his watch, for you guys to be going back to school.
Yeah, part of our research, we found this. Can you tell me anything about it? And I hold out the photo.
How do you hand it to him, Bunny?
Face up. Like if, to show him so he could look at it without actually taking it if he wanted to.
All right, so you show it to him with the picture facing him, correct? On the back of it, you
fortunate
see.
enough to sense them with my connection to the spiritual realm, and I can also see into the.
As you hold it up to him, you see a date on the back. It just says Uh, brain, not braining.
Right, not allowed.
Give me one moment. I need to check through my notes.
So, Soraya, lovely weather we're having, isn't it?
We didn't
Sorry,
look
guys.
at the back of the picture when we picked it up.
Sorry, guys.
Mm.
Well,
Okay.
we did, but it was under the table.
It says September 23rd, 1944. Wedding. Briar's wedding.
What the fuck?
Huh.
The librarian looks at the picture and he says, "Not off the top of my head. The lady looks a little bit familiar, and the man looks a bit familiar, but I can't. I think those are the
Yeah,
Briars."
we gotta go see his corpse on night one.
Okay, so on the back it says that it was Briar's wedding.
Oh yeah, must have been an old wedding photo from when they got married. 1944 it says there.
Do you know anything about their relationship?
That was so long ago. So long ago. It was a I know it was a big to do. They got married at the church. I don't know. Shortly thereafter, they got a house over where the new housing development is.
I heard that she killed her husband in a fit of rage when he was caught being unfaithful to her. Do you know who he was being unfaithful with?
I don't know anything about that. All I know is that the Briars estate burned down back in 47, I think. And he kind of like holds his hands up, kind of like in that don't get me involved kind of motion. Listen, kids, you really need to be getting back to school, or I am gonna have to call the truant officer and have them come and collect you.
Okay, we're gonna head off to school right now. Thank you so much.
And he turns and says, "Make sure you head straight to school." And he heads back to his desk.
All right, come on, Soraya. Let's go see if we can find the others.
Okay. We follow her.
As you guys get out, you see the Nathan, Shaggy, and Chris are about a block and a half heading towards the police impound.
Oh no, what are they up to?
Yeah.
We might want to hurry up and try to catch up to them.
I'm not sure I want to be involved in whatever that's gonna be.
Well, maybe we can stop them.
Are you guys going to chase them down?
I am.
Bunny starts heading in their direction. Soraya, what do you do?
Follow Bunny.
Bunny, make a flight check, please. Difficulty of 7. Soraya, make a flight check, please. Difficulty of 7. Soraya, would you like to use any adversity tokens to bring that number, the one that you rolled up?
If I say no, am I gonna trip and fall on my face? No, I can't.
Welcome to my world.
Will not be game changing, but
So I guess I'll use 1 so I don't make it a complete fucking failure.
okay. So use 1 adversity token,
Okay.
and you have changed that 1 into a 2. Bunny, you catch up to the group, and A few moments later, Soraya comes up behind you. Soraya, you're not exactly used to this much running. And you feel a Charlie horse cramp starting to radiate out of your leg, and it is not going away, but it's very uncomfortable and bordering on painful. Nathan, Shaggy, and Chris, Bunny and Soraya catch up to you, and you see that Soraya is kind of like nursing her thigh a little bit. Take the scene.
You guys good?
Yeah, what are you doing?
Yeah.
What do you mean? I'm gonna go check out the car.
You can't just go into police lockup. That is a crime.
If I get caught, yes.
He wasn't gonna be stupid about it.
We're in
Thank
broad
you.
daylight, and there's cameras everywhere. It's
Where's
the
their
police
cameras?
station.
They don't have cameras. I should know. I've broken in a couple times for research purposes.
Nathan,
Research.
make a brains check, difficulty of 8. You doubled it, but it is still only a success of 8. As you look over, you do actually, in fact, see that there are small little video cameras at the corner. You can't tell how many there are. You see one from where you're at this point in time.
Well, that's new.
They probably
But
put him
what's
there because of you.
I don't want. I was never caught. So how did I just? Let's move on. All right. Okay. Well, obviously I can't jump over there, or they're gonna catch me.
Okay, wait. Why do we want to check out the car?
See if there's any evidence. See if there's anything weird about the car or anything in it.
I'm sorry. Do you have the equipment to find evidence and that the police probably already haven't found?
You
Well,
never know. These
The
cops
police
check
aren't looking
everything.
for ghosts.
Exactly.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know you had ectoplasm detectors.
It's possible. It's possible. I got my EMF. I can check the car.
Nathan, make a brains roll, difficulty of 10, please.
Damn it.
As you're talking about all of this, you know that you have a lot of stuff with you, but your guys are you're pretty much gonna be limited to kind of just your eyes and your hands. You might have like a magnifying glass or something in your backpack, but you didn't really pick up your evidence collection kit. You got your supernatural detection kit.
Well, I don't know. What do you guys want to do? Do you want me to see if I can get in, or you guys just want to go back to school?
If anything, you come back later or never.
What if there's evidence in the car? What if there's something we can find?
Is it worth risking your freedom for?
I mean, we can go to jail or we can die.
Ugh.
It is gonna get dark sooner rather than later.
Nathan, make a brains check, difficulty of 8, please. Nathan, you rolled a 5. Do you have enough adversity tokens to make that a success?
How our tokens are what, 1, right? Each?
Yeah, 1 each, so you would need 3.
I only have 2.
Oh, but you did get 1 for that past failure.
Yeah, I added that. That's why I
Okay.
have 2.
So you can make that difficulty, you can make that failure a 7.
Anybody have a token they can lend me?
I used all mine.
Chris, make seeing as how you're kind of on the kind of one of the more on the edge of the law because of it's what you choose to do. I will give you the opportunity to use an adversity token to help Nathan out if you would like.
I'm gonna give him one. I only have
Okay.
one, but he can have it.
How now, Chris? Nate, you see Nathan kind of look at
My
the lock.
charisma is 8. I have a -1.
Chris, he's trying to assess the lock. between the two of you, you realize that it's a relatively simple lock that can be picked, but you are in broad daylight.
Hey guys, it is
Wait,
yeah.
lunchtime, and the sheriff will be out at lunch at the diner, so it'll only be the deputy behind the desk. Some of us could go in and try to distract the deputy while you guys do your thing, but you gotta be quick.
That would work. We gotta figure out about getting this lock off, though.
We can pick it, but do we have what we need to pick the lock?
Chris,
I don't-
make a brains check, difficulty of 10. Chris, the only thing that you have on you that might be anywhere near useful, I believe you said you carry a some kind of knife on you.
I have a butterfly knife.
That's about the only thing that you can think of that might be of any help trying to unlock this lock.
I'm gonna take it out of my backpack and show it to Nathan. Can you use this?
Oh, that could work. I could try it.
So Nathan is looking at trying to pick this lock with a butterfly knife. Bunny, Shaggy, and Soraya, what are you going to do as he does this or attempts this?
Well, I think we could take Shaggy inside and make a report of a mysterious big man who punched him in the nose.
I like that idea. I'm down for that.
That is
I
a
will
great
be
idea.
a witness. Mhm.
But no names because, it's just a mysterious big man punched him in the nose in the library.
They're gonna
Okay,
ask
we'll-
for a name, though.
How do we
And
know?
they're
He was
gonna
a
ask the
stranger.
librarian.
Yeah, we'll worry about that later.
Well, just don't tell them where.
Yeah, but we're gonna have to because we're supposed to be in school. We'll just tell him we were at the library researching for a school project.
He got punched in the nose on the street after we left the library.
It might work unless he asks, somebody in the library. He might ask the librarian if he saw anything through the windows.
Well, he's definitely gonna ask the librarian if we tell him it happened in the library.
Yeah, but the librarian didn't see everything that
Hold
happened.
on. There's an issue with this, though. The cop is gonna go to the library and ask questions, and the librarian's gonna tell him what happened
What happened?
because he tried calling the ambulance. Remember?
Oh, but
Yeah, but the
he
librarian
didn't-
heard a crunch.
he didn't physically see what happened between Shaggy and Jack. Jason, something.
I don't think he saw what happened. I think he just heard a crunch and then saw Shaggy on the floor with blood pouring out of his nose.
Okay, but what if he takes you guys out of the police station and takes you down there and he sees me?
Well, then he won't be here to catch you, will he?
All right. Let's do this then.
We will first start with Bunny, Shaggy, and Soraya. So you guys are going to go into the small one-story building inside that is connected to the lockup, correct?
Correct. But
Yes,
we're
correct.
gonna walk one on either side of Shaggy, holding onto his arms. Shaggy, hold your nose like it really hurts and stagger just a little.
It
If you do
probably
it,
does
Shaggy, I'll
really
get-
hurt.
If you do the Shaggy, I'll make sure that my mom makes you more of those brownies.
I'm on it.
Shaggy, make a brains roll, please. Difficulty of 5.
Brains.
Yes, difficulty of 5, please. You rolled a 4. Would you like to use an adversity token to make that a success?
Yeah.
Okay. You use one adversity token. Make sure you strike that from your character sheet.
Alright, did.
So, Bunny, Shaggy, and Soraya, you escort Shaggy as he does his best to stumble in there without hurting his nose even more. And you enter into the small building. You see it has, as you enter into the lobby, there's the counter. There's a couple of desks behind the counter in front of you, and then deeper into the building and a little bit to your left, you see a couple of more offices in the back. And Bunny was correct. Currently, there is actually there's two deputies here. You see one kind of disappear to one of the back offices, and there is one at the front desk currently. And he stands up and he looks at you guys, and immediately he gets this air of being a professional deputy and stands up and says, what happened? Is he okay? Does he need to go to the hospital?
No, it's not that bad, but we need to file a report because we were at the library researching for a school project, and some big dude just punched Shaggy in the nose for no reason.
Big dude, was this another student or was it an adult?
He was an adult. He was really big.
Okay, and he starts fumbling around with some papers as he pulls out a clipboard. He yells into the back, "Hey, we need an ice pack back here real quick. Steve, can you get that ice pack?" And he hands you a clipboard with the official report paperwork clipped to it, and a small pen attached by a little piece of yarn attached to the clipboard. And he says, "Have it. You kids have a seat. Go on ahead and fill that out. We'll get an ice pack out here for your friend."
Okay, thank you, officer. Come on, guys, let's go sit down.
And the officer kind of like walks around away from behind the desk, and kind of just like watches you guys as he waits for his partner to bring the ice pack. Okay, back to Nathan and Chris. So Nathan, you're going to try to pick a relatively simple standard lock with a butterfly knife. I need you to make a brains check, please, difficulty of 8. You have succeeded by 10. Chris, as you watched him take your butterfly knife, with it being the only thing that you had, you see Nathan take the lock, put the knife in, and effortlessly and almost instantaneously, he jiggles it and the lock pops open. Nathan, I give you the seat.
It was easy. All right, we're in.
Nice.
Now let's check this car out before anything else comes out. Anybody comes out.
All right, why don't you go check out the car and I'll stand here and keep an eye out.
All right, I'm going. I
Give
go
me-
and attempt to see if the car is open.
Okay. Make a brains check, please. Difficulty of 4. Actually, hold on. I stand corrected.
Okay.
Make a brains check of difficulty of 3. You go up to the car, and it strikes you that they've probably locked it. And as you reach your hand out to grab onto the door handle, much to your surprise, it just opens. It just pops open like it should. As soon as you look inside, the first thing you see is a blue scarf in the back seat. I give you the scene as you tell me how you continue to inspect the vehicle.
Is the blue scarf the only thing I see?
Well, for now,
Okay.
at this junction, but tell me how you inspect the vehicle, what you do.
I'm gonna check the glove box. I'm gonna check under the seats. I'm gonna check the back seat again. I'm gonna check everywhere I can.
So what is the first thing that you do?
The glove box.
So you
I checked the glove
okay.
box.
So you see that you see the blue silken scarf in the back seat, and the first thing you do is pop open the glove box. What you find in there is, registration, insurance, and a little card. It looks like just like a regular business card from the local motel, as well as a key.
I'm gonna take the key, the card, and I'm gonna take the scarf.
You take the key and the card, and you take the scarf from the back seat. As you do, on the floorboard in the back seat, you see what looks like, I won't say a pile, as much as it is just the back floorboard has what looks like ash. Tell me what you do when you see this. See the ash on the floorboard in the back seat.
What color is it? Can I see what color it is? Like, is it black, white?
It looks blackish. It looks grayish.
Do I have anything in my backpack I can like take a sample of, like a bag or like a vial or something?
As you consider thinking about what you might have to collect this, you realize that really, like I said, you have your supernatural investigation kit, not your evidence investigation kit. So you would probably have to dump out like some salt or something in order to create a container. But
Can I dump the salt out on the ground and take the ash and put it in the container?
okay. So go on ahead and make a note that you now have a salt shaker, about 1/4 full of ash, some kind of gray ash. Okay.
And now if that's everything I see, I'm gonna take everything. I'm gonna put everything in my backpack. I'm gonna close the car door, and I'm gonna go back outside the gate.
As you do that, you hear this.
I'm gonna book it. I'm gonna run. I'm booking it out of there.
So all of the vehicles, every single vehicle in the lockup, there's about 5 of them. Their lights start flashing and all the alarms and horns start going off. Nathan, make a brains check, please. Difficult. Roll it, and we'll see what your success shows you.
Oh, son of a bitch!
Nathan, make a grit check for me, please. Difficulty of 10.
Damn it!
You rolled a 3. Chris, as you hear Nathan start to panic and we need to get out of here, we need to get out of here, you turn around and you see Nathan suddenly, almost in mid-step, freeze. Nathan, you look as you're getting out and you go to close the door. In the reflection, you see the horrific face of a woman. Her face is contorted, shriveled, burned, and her eyes are burning orangish red as she stares straight at you, stopping you in your tracks. We cut to Bunny, Shaggy, and Soraya. As you're filling out the incident report, you're almost done when you hear, coming from outside the building, car alarms, squelching, horns honking. Immediately, the deputy by you springs into action and runs back and almost bumps into his partner with the cold pack, and they start heading towards the front door that you guys came into. What do you guys do at this point? Bunny, Soraya, and Shaggy.
I yank Shaggy up and say, "Oh crap!" and then I trip him.
Who do you trip?
Shaggy. So the police officers will focus on him instead of the alarms because police officers have to take care of the people first.
Bunny, make a brawn check. Shaggy, make a. This is going to be an opposing roll. So Bunny, make a brawn check, please.
Uh-oh.
Shaggy, make a grit check, please.
Damn it.
You go to trip him, and in Shaggy's shagginess, he's kind of not sure what you're doing, and you go to trip him, and instead he just kind of stands up, and instead of causing the officers to stop and look, you all collide together in the main office and kind of stumble over each other. And you are now a heap of bodies on the floor. The two deputies are on the floor, and Bunny and Shaggy, you are also on the floor. Soraya, you see this happen as Bunny lifts Shaggy up and tries to trip him, and instead the deputies collide with him, and they all end up on the floor. What do you do, Soraya?
I just stand there stunned and be like, "Oh shit!"
Run outside and help.
We cut to Chris and Nathan. Chris, you see Nathan, as I said, freak out, turn, and starts to run towards you, and then he stops as you see he is looking at the passenger side window of the vehicle. What do you do, Chris?
I'm gonna run in and try to grab him and drag him out.
Chris, Nathan, first of all, we're going to establish Chris's difficulty. So, Nathan, make a charm roll, please, for me. Chris, make a brawn roll, please. You grab onto Nathan and you start to pull him away, and he almost seems like he's rooted to the ground, but he slowly starts to step away. And as you guys exit the fenced area, Nathan, you come to your senses. And you remember exactly what it is that you saw. What do you do at this point, Nathan?
We gotta go, but I got something to tell you guys after we get out of here.
Okay. What are we doing? Are we gonna run in and get them, or what do we do?
We need to get out of here now. We can't be caught inside this gate.
Well, let's go. Let's get out of the gate.
Okay, let's go. Let's get out of here. Let's get out of here.
Okay, so you're outside of the police impound, back onto the sidewalk. Are you leaving them and going to just run, or what are you doing?
What do we do? Do we get out of here or do we leave them? What do we do?
No, let's go get them. Nobody saw us in there.
Okay, let's go. Maybe we can blame it on somebody else. Maybe we say we saw a bunch of kids like break in and they ran that way and tell them like maybe we can fix this.
Yeah, give me back my knife.
Okay, here.
Thanks.
You guys are talking about what it is you're going to do. Chris shoves her butterfly knife back into her backpack, and as you turn to look inside of the lobby, you see Soraya standing looking down at in shock, almost stupefied, at the pile of bodies, including two deputies as they're trying to scramble back to their feet, Shaggy and Bunny on the floor. It's the whole thing is chaos, and in this whole time in the back, you hear suddenly all the alarms and horns immediately stop. You are now looking inside of the impound building lobby. What do you do? Take the scene.
Am I inside the lobby or am I
Currently,
outside?
currently, you're right outside the glass door, looking in at Soraya and the
Okay.
pile of bodies as the deputies are trying to scramble to their feet.
I'm gonna rush in and say, "Hey, there was a bunch of teenagers breaking into cars in the lot."
Make a charm roll, please. Difficulty of 5. You rolled an 8. Deputies scramble to their feet. They don't even bother trying to help up Bunny or Shaggy, and immediately run past you towards the impound.
Wow, rude.
For all intents and purposes, the 5 of you are now relatively alone inside of the police impound office. What do you do?
Right, guys, we got to go before they get back.
Soraya,
Yes, we do.
take that paper you were filling out and
Hmm.
stick it in your pocket.
Okay.
Let's go, guys.
You leave the office and you see one of the deputies is inside of the impound. The other deputy is not to be seen. Where are you guys going?
What time is
Uh,
it at this point?
What time is it? Yeah,
At this point, it's about 1:30 in the afternoon.
we got to go back to school.
Yeah, we gotta go back for like the last
we're gonna,
couple of.
but we're gonna not go past the impound lot because they're supposed to be
Yeah.
filing a report. So we're gonna go the opposite direction.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We'll go around the block.
Very well.
Nice catch, Chris.
Thanks.
You guys arrive at the school just as the final lunch bell rings, signifying the end of the last lunch period. You enter into the school. As you do, you hear over the loudspeaker the voice of the vice principal announce that a funeral service for Richard Ricky Baker will be held at St. Joseph's Cemetery in 2 days, while a school memorial will be held for
Oh,
him
Jory left to
in the school
pray.
gymnasium right after school in about another hour and a half for any who would like to attend. Other than that, you know that you each have one class left of the day before your school day is over for the most part. What would you like to do at school for the rest of your school day? Do you go to class or what do you do?
I should probably tell them about what happened while it's fresh.
Yeah, I say that we all just kind of we'll go into the office. We'll explain that we're working on a group project and ask if there's an empty room we can use
There you go.
for the final, you know, class.
Bunny, make a charm roll, and I will allow each of you, if you would like, to donate any number of adversity tokens to help her succeed. Bunny, charm roll, difficulty of 10, please.
No.
You are short by 6. Collectively, do you have enough to help Bunny with?
Yeah. Oh.
I have none.
I have one.
I have one.
I have none.
Shaggy, do you have any
I have
adversity
one.
tokens that you would like? I said the difficulty was
6.
6.
6. Yeah.
No,
So,
we just need two.
You said no.
what did I say, Chris?
What was the
was
difficulty?
It was a difficulty of 10.
That's
Oh,
what I
that's
thought
right.
too.
Okay,
She is
that's right.
short
You were
6.
short by 6. You were short
Yeah.
by 6.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can collectively you can get that raise that 4 to a 7, which would give her a failure of 3. Do you want to help her or do you just
Yeah,
want
but
to
it's
leave
not
it
going
as is?
to. A failure
Guys,
is a failure,
yeah,
right?
I think we should just take the failure and
Yeah.
It is a failure. All successes and failures are on a curve. So the farther you are from the success difficulty, the more of a drastic effect it will have.
oh, we could get in trouble.
Gonna get in trouble anyways. Why are we going in the office? Oh my god.
I demand a reroll. No, I'm just kidding.
Alright. I can give her my anniversary token, but
You know.
I mean, it's up to you. You can or you can't. I mean, this isn't a drastic failure.
I say we just take the failure, guys. See what happens.
okay.
Okay. So, Bunny, go on ahead and add an adversity token
As long as this
to your
guy
character sheet.
doesn't give
You were short by 6. You try to explain the whole situation at the front office, and the receptionist there looks at you and says, You know what? I don't care. Just go. Just get to class. Get to your classes. You're already late enough as it is." And she looks back down and continues typing something.
Okay, guys, let's just go to class, and Nathan, you can we'll go to the memorial and you can tell us what's going on at the memorial.
That's fine.
Is that okay with everyone?
Would I
Well,
like
Yeah,
to
that's fine.
salvage-
Shaggy, how you doing there? Got a little blood under your
Shaggy
nose.
missed
We
lunch.
should go to the nurse's office.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
yeah,
gonna
go.
take Shaggy to the nurse's office.
Good idea.
All right, so Chris is going to take Shaggy to the nurse's office. Nathan, Bunny, and Soraya, are you guys going to class?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna go class. Yeah.
Okay.
What
For all
tier
intents and purposes, the day goes your last class goes by without event. Shaggy gets treated for his small broken nose as best it can, which is basically just some Tylenol
And they stick gauze up
at
his
this point,
nose.
and they shove cotton ball up his nose. Um, so we fast forward
Sorry, Shaggy.
to the memorial service. The entire student body has shown up. There is a memorial with his picture, a small wreath of flowers up at the top, a large banner that was put together by the student council hangs above where normally the football championship pennants hang. That says in loving memory of Richard Baker. His teachers for the classes that he went up to start speaking, and then followed by students that they consider to be friends. While all this is happening, you two have found a row of seats next to each other where you can talk in hushed tones. That being said, Nathan, you have some information to share with the rest of the group. Keep in mind that you are surrounded by other people, but I do give you the scene.
All right. So when I was in the car, I found a couple things. They're in my backpack. I'll show them to you after class, but after this. But there was somebody in the back seat, and they were burned, and their eyes were like just flames, and they were sitting in the back seat of the car.
No, Nathan, you saw this. You saw this.
Oh, the reflection.
Yeah, it was the reflection in the passenger side
Reflection.
window.
Sorry. Yes. Sorry. Yes.
Okay, but
I-
what happened with all the alarms?
I don't know. As soon as I heard this thing on the radio, it
Shh,
sounded like
not too
the
loud.
song was. It would sound like on the song on the radio was playing. Somebody's watching you, and all of a sudden this reflection appeared in the passenger side window, and I was like frozen. I couldn't look away. It was creepy.
It sounds really creepy, but it still doesn't explain all the alarms going off. But whatever.
It could have been a paranormal event. It's possible.
Where do we want to meet up after this so we can actually try to figure out what's going on before it gets dark?
We could probably meet at my place. I got a lot of equipment there we can use and figure stuff out.
Yeah, I think that there might still be the repairman trying to fix my bathroom door, so we can't go to my place tonight.
All
I
right,
don't
we'll go
think
to
your
my
parents
my
could-
place.
Could handle another night of us over there.
Probably not. I might actually get grounded for the first time ever.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Hey Shaggy, how's your nose feeling there?
Yeah, he's no stuffed.
Okay. All right, guys. Have you heard anything about Ricky's body or anything from the rest of the students? Have you heard any rumors?
I haven't exactly gone up to anybody and asked, "Hey, do you guys know where Ricky's body is?"
And we've pretty much been out of school all day. So
Maybe
yeah.
we should split up and wander around a little bit and listen in. See if we can find
You
out
don't think
anything.
that might be a little bit suspicious?
It's a memorial. There's people moving all over the place. I mean,
So
it's up to
the
you. We could
final
just leave.
the principal takes her position at the podium, says her final thoughts. A priest comes up and says a quick prayer, and you are all free to go home at this point. I want each of you to make a brains check, please. Difficulty of 2. As you stand up and start to leave the auditorium, at the back, standing at the entrance to the gymnasium door, which leads out into the outdoors hall, out into the outdoors area, you see a woman standing there. Her head is slightly bowed. She's wearing what can best be described as an old fashioned dress. It is blue. She does not seem to be translucent. What do you kids do?
I say we should go up and talk to her.
Sure, why not? We've been talking to all kinds of strangers today.
I know, right?
Question: is this an older woman or middle-aged or younger?
She looks to be, I mean, your kids, but she looks to be relatively young. Definitely not a student, but
I think the
still young.
1950s called and they want their dress back.
Yeah, but let's go up and talk to her. Ask her how she knew Ricky.
Sure, let's go. Why not? What's she gonna do? Eat us?
Maybe, you never know.
So you're all going to go stand up and go walk over to her?
Yep.
You stand up and start walking towards her. She lifts her head and notices you. And she turns and immediately leaves the
Didn't see
gymnasium
that coming.
as she notices you as a group walking towards her. If you could please make a flight check.
All of us?
Yes, please.
This sucks because I only have a D4. No.
Your difficulty is a 5.
Go
Nice.
Shaggy.
What?
As you stand up, you can hear Shaggy's stomach growling as you start to walk over, and Shaggy immediately starts sprinting for the door, leaving you all behind. Shaggy, you come outside and you see the woman has just barely turned the corner outside of the gymnasium, and you see her. Well, what do? You have a few moments before your friends catch up to you, probably enough time to say something. What do you do? What do you say?
Hey,
She stops, startled, and she turns and looks at you. And in probably what can be considered one of the most, I don't know, I would say a sweet voice. Well, hello. Who are you? The 4 of you come out and you see this woman and Shaggy are just kind of like staring at each other. What do the four of you do? Take the scene.
Hi, ma'am, can we talk to you for a little bit?
What would you like to talk about?
Well, how did you know Ricky?
She just kind of shrugs a little bit and lowers her head. You could see a small tear form in the corner of her eye.
Did you know Ricky?
She sighs. It's such a shame for a life so young to be wasted like this.
What do you know about what happened?
She lifts her head and she says, I'm sorry. This is much too difficult. And she turns and
Wait,
she
what's your
starts to
name?
walk away. She stops and looks at you, Chris. My name's Mary. And yours?
Chris.
She looks at you as a group. Value your friends, Chris. Sometimes they're all you have. And she crosses in front of one of the pillars, um, support pillars that hold up the small Eve. But you don't see her come out the other side. I give you the scene.
I'm gonna go
Guys,
running over there and
Mary, why is that name familiar?
I'm
Isn't
gonna go
that
check the support pillar real quick,
the
make sure she's not
wife?
standing behind it.
Isn't Mary the wife? The
it
sick
is.
psycho
Yes.
wife?
Yes, guys, that was a ghost.
Oh, I don't know about that, but
Come on.
Bunny, as you go to the pillar that she walked behind, you see nothing there. Except for
Guys,
Where
on the
did she go
ground.
then, guys?
Except for on the ground, Bunny, you see a small ripped piece of sheer silk fabric on the ground.
okay, I pick it up and examine it.
It's very real. It looks like it has been. It looks like it was torn off of something else, a larger garment,
And is it the
scarf,
same color
dress.
as her dress?
Yes.
Guys, she's not there, but there was this, and then I'm gonna hand it to Nathan.
What,
Nathan, there you go. Go ahead, take the
What-
seat.
okay. That was a ghost. Okay.
Well, yeah,
ghost.
regular people don't just disappear when they walk behind something.
Exactly. And I was told it wasn't a ghost.
But
How do you explain that?
I've never heard of a ghost having a conversation in broad daylight.
That can
fine,
have. They're not
fine.
zombies. They're not vampires or werewolves. They can come out at any time of night or day.
What about the piece of cloth she left?
That's a clue.
And
Great,
Nathan,
no.
of course, you remember the piece of cloth that you have in your backpack.
Wait. There was something. I found this in the back seat of the car.
Oh, so now we're stealing evidence?
I told you I grabbed stuff from there.
Oh my goodness.
Is it a match?
Let's check.
As you hold both of the pieces of cloth together, it appears to be made of the same material, the same fabric. Whereas Bunny, the piece you found, seems to have been torn from something. Nathan, what you're holding is a completely intact, full-length scarf, like an evening scarf of some kind.
Okay.
Wait, but they're the same material, same piece of cloth?
They're made of the same material, yes.
Oh.
Okay, so we're dealing
Looks
with
delicious.
two different female ghosts?
Or the same female ghost that left cloth in two places?
But why would she be
You said
nice
you
to
always
us
packed
now
the
when last
monastery
night she was
truly.
trying to kill us?
They're not going to do anything in a area full of people.
She didn't look
What
like a.
What did creepy guy say?
You would try and turn each other, or you try and turn us on each other.
What if creepy or not creepy? What if she's not the killer? What if he's the killer? Not creepy guy. The husband, the dead husband, the cheating husband.
Well, the
So what, you
creepy
think
guy in the library said that she watches
Yeah,
friends and
uh,
couples and
but he only knows what he's been told.
did you hear what she said?
She looked really upset. She didn't look or speak like a killer.
She told us to value our friendship.
So maybe she only kills people that don't value their friendship.
Hmm.
So that's why she killed. Forget his name again, but yeah,
Ricky.
Ricky. That's why she killed Ricky, because he was unfaithful. Because there's something else I found in there. I found a hotel card and a key.
Well, let's go to the hotel.
And do
God, I can't
what?
even believe I just said that.
I don't know. Will they even tell us who rented the room?
We
How
have the
many
key and we have
people
the
they
card.
saw?
Yeah, like we have the card and the keys. We can just go in.
Yeah, but that won't
Maybe.
tell us anything but, the room's a mess, whatever. What if they've rented it to somebody else by now? We could be walking in on people.
Well, let's
Well,
just
do you have any other ideas?
watch.
Well, why don't we go to the hotel, ask some questions? Worst case, they don't answer us, and we know exactly as much as we know right now.
Sounds good to me.
Let's go.
Shaggy, you up for this?
We'll get pizza
Sure.
after.
Pizza?
After.
After, yes, not now. We'll have pizza after.
Oh.
Anyone got any snacks? Shaggy missed lunch today.
He already ate my Stickers bar.
I think I still have a couple of those peanut butter no bake cookies in my bag. Yep, here they are. All right, Shaggy, you can have this to tide you over until we get pizza, okay?
All right.
So, what is your guys' plan? What are you doing at this point?
We
We're
are
gonna go to the
going to
hotel and ask
yeah.
some questions.
Very well. So, you guys collect your bicycles, hop on your skateboard, and you make the small, short 20-minute trip to the motel, which lies just outside of the main town. Do you guys wish to discuss or talk about anything on your journey there?
Yeah, I wanna ask Nathan. Nathan, the woman you saw, you said she was burnt, right?
Yeah, I couldn't get any features out of her face, and it was a
And
reflection.
she was that badly burnt? Or was
Yes,
it the
like I could see her face was burned. She had like her eyes were all like a flame, like really weird. I'm starting to forget it, to be
Okay,
honest with
and
you.
that was just like what, an hour and a half, 2 hours before we saw this woman here, and she wasn't
Yes,
burnt. Her eyes were normal.
they
Well,
can change their appearance. They're ghosts.
or maybe we really are dealing with two separate ghosts.
You don't think this is the woman that she killed?
I mean, there were two women involved. I'm just saying.
Well,
The
I
mistress
can't
and the
tell you
wife.
if they're the same person because one was unrecognizable. So if it is the same person, there's no way to tell. But there's only one way to find out. Let's go to the hotel and see what's going on.
I agree. Let's speed it up.
Yes.
Sorry, I am trying to look for something real quick.
It's fine. We're huffing and puffing and sweating and, because Arizona's hot.
Mhm. That's not it. Oh, where did it go? Oh, where did it go? Nope, that's not it. I'm not going to worry about it then. Um, yeah, I'm not going to worry about it. Okay. So you guys get to the small, seedy little visitors motel. It is your typical motel, situated in a roughly horseshoe. Sorry, a horseshoe shape. U. Um, Room number 10. Um, you have the key. You have the little business card, and you arrive at what would be considered the front office. Take the scene.
All right, who wants to go up to the clerk and ask him?
I don't think anyone needs to. At this point, I think we just need to go to the room and see if the key works. And then if it doesn't work, well, maybe then we'll ask.
How about we
All right, well,
knock first, just in case they rented it out to somebody else? Because there's typically 2 keys.
let's knock first. Let's go find the room. Do we know what the room is?
Room 10.
Room 10.
Room 10.
Room 10. Okay. Well, let's go up to room 10. Let's knock first. And if nobody answers, we'll go in.
Knock loud.
Fine. All right, let's go up to the room.
You go up to the room and give the door your best impersonation of a police knock. Bang, 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 bang. You hear nothing. There's no response.
All right, let's go in.
You first, I'm not.
You guys are wimps. All right, let's go.
Nathan, you slide the key into the door lock, turn it, and it opens with ease. A click. You turn the knob and you start to push the door inwards. As the seal between the weather stripping on the door frame and the door itself breaks, your senses are before you just as you crack the door open, your senses are assaulted with a smell of something burnt. Do you wish to continue to open the door?
Yes.
You
No.
open the door and mist or smoke slowly wafts out. It's not completely obscuring, but it's like somebody has been smoking nonstop in the room with all the windows and doors closed. That's the kind of haze, smoky haze that's in there. The lights are off and the hotel room is relatively dark as all the shades are drawn and there's no lights on. Do you push the door open all the way?
Yes, but I push it over my foot.
Okay. And now you all see this dark hotel room. You can't exactly make out everything that's in there, and the room is covered in this, like I said, this smoky haze that's in there. I give you the scene.
Guys, you seeing this and smelling this?
Yeah, and I wish I wasn't.
How is this even possible? It's like this place has never been opened. This
I
door's
don't-
never been opened.
I don't know, but I don't want to go in there.
We came all this way. We gotta go in.
Said I
I'm
didn't
gonna put
want
my
to, it
shirt
didn't
up to
sound
I'm gonna
good.
put the shirt up over my nose and I'm gonna walk in.
Unpopular opinion, perhaps, but maybe we should report this as a fire and get the authorities here. There could be real evidence in there, and you're gonna go and mess with the crime scene.
Why
What
don't we
else
go
are-
see if it is a fire first?
Yeah, if it is a fire, maybe we could put it out and save the whole motel.
Let's go in and check.
Nathan starts to walk in. What do the rest of you do?
Reluctantly follow.
Reluctant,
guys-
very reluctantly.
You guys start to file in one by one, and it's just a dark room, a dark motel room. There's a bed in the center of the room, a TV just a couple of feet away from the foot of the bed. The bed is a large queen size bed. There's a small desk against the far left wall. One of those cheap motel air conditioners is on the window against the wall where the door was. On the far side of the room, you see a little small kitchenette, and then between the door and the kitchenette on the left side into the room, there's another door that is closed. Um, you all end up inside the motel room. What is your next course of action? I give you the scene.
Is there any evidence of a fire aside from the haze?
You can't feel any heat. You can't see anything right now, but of course, the room is still dark.
Yes,
I'm
how
gonna
about
look
we
for a light switch.
look for every light switch?
Chris, you turn your head and you see that there's a light switch right next to where the door, by the door between the door jamb and the window, and you turn it on. The room illuminates, and on the bed, you see in what your brain immediately translates and recognizes as roughly human shaped
Oh God.
pile of ashes on the bed.
But the bed itself
Okay, we
isn't
gotta.
burned.
Okay, guys.
I
Let.
want all of you to make
Damn it.
a grit check, difficulty of 10, please.
Ugh. Damn it.
Well, Aradia, you're good.
So everybody except for Aradia, and Nathan, you're going to be a special case. Would any of you, first of all, like to
Damn it.
use any adversity tokens? Particularly you, Nathan. Would you like to use an adversity token?
I don't have
to-
any.
Okay. And you can't get any help with this either in this situation. So with the rest of you, Liz, I'm sorry, Chris, Bunny, and Shaggy, would you like to use an adversity tokens to try to increase your failure numbers?
Nope.
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 Okay. Then for those of you who have failed, everybody except for Soraya, please add an adversity token. Except for Nathan. Tell me how you panic as suddenly the door slams shut behind you with a loud and resounding bang. And you panic at this.
What a cute guy.
How does your panic manifest? We will start with you, Chris.
So I am a silent panicker, so I'm just gonna scramble and put my back against the door and try to pretend to back out of the room, even though I can't get through the door. And I'm just gonna stare at the bed.
Bunny, what do you do as you see Chris jumps as the door slams shut and she presses her back against the door? How do you panic?
I panic by running towards the far side of the room near the bathroom door.
Shaggy, how do you panic as you see Bunny run towards to the door between the
Yeah,
kitchenette
George
and
down here.
the bed, and you see Chris place her back against the entryway door?
Shay will go to the kitchen and rummage through all of the drawers.
In a panic, Shaggy runs to the kitchen and starts just pulling drawers out. You hear the clanking and the noise that he is making. Nathan,
Yes.
the door slams shut, and as it does, you feel your body
You'll take fast with it.
temperature, your skin. You feel this intense heat. You feel as if your skin is on fire.
Oh
You
boy.
feel a tightness around your neck, and it feels like it's getting tighter and tighter. You are starting to find it hard to breathe. You can feel your heart in your chest pounding, threatening to explode from your rib cage. You feel your fingertips and your toes begin to go cold as panic thoroughly sets into you. Soraya, you see all of this happen, and you see Nathan just stand frozen, his eyes wide open in terror. His mouth starts to gape open. You see his body physically shuddering. What do you do?
Wow, I kind of wish I failed now. Oh my god. Um, so I need to assess the situation and see what is the most important thing to deal with first, I guess. Chris looks fine. She's just backed up against the door. Um, I'm gonna go to Nathan and try and like shake him out of it, slap him. I don't know, do something that gets his attention. Can I do that? Can I help him get out of his?
Of course, you can go up
Yeah.
to him. What is it exactly that you do? What is the first thing that you
Hey
do
Nathan,
as
are
you
you okay? What's going on? And like, hey Nathan. You're
Nathan,
like,
as you feel this happening, you see that same visage of a burnt woman with blazing eyes stand
Even
right in front
I
of
think
you.
even if it wasn't his nature always, it
You
is the
feel
nature.
you feel that tightness around your throat begin to constrict your airways. You make a grit check, please, for me. Difficulty of 9. You rolled a 5. Would you like to spend any adversity tokens?
I have one.
Would you like to spend it, or either way, it's going to be a failure? But would you like to close the gap between the 5 and the 9?
Is it
Wait,
gonna help?
did you give yourself one for the last failure?
I don't think I did.
So you would have 2 then at this point.
Yeah.
So you can go from a 5 to a 7. Would it
Is it gonna
help
help?
on the actual table? No, it won't genuinely help.
Okay, then I'm not gonna spend them. I'm just gonna take my fail.
Okay, make sure you do have 2 adversity tokens marked also, by the way.
I do.
You fail. The visage in front of you, you see a
Okay.
blue scarf around her neck, and as it tightens
Yeah.
and squeezes around her neck, you feel what you think she would be feeling. As it tightens around your neck, you see her body engulfed in flames as you feel those exact flames around you. And you see what looks like a tear falling from the corner of her eye. Soraya,
I have no way.
Nathan Nathan is unresponsive to your words. What do you do next?
um, Fluffy, a little help over here. I'm calling for Fluffy. Chris, can I I need some help. You guys, can you help me?
We'll start with Fluffy first. Fluffy, Bunny, make a grit check. Soraya,
Oh,
make a
sorry,
charm
buddy.
roll.
We should probably
Buddy,
reconvene
charm. You.
Yes, Soraya, make a charm.
unless they have anything they want to wrap
Ugh.
up.
You try to haul her over to Fluffy, and she is actually starting to slide
Good
down the
question.
door as she is just straight off in panic. The next thing you do is you turn to Chris. But as you do that, Nathan, the woman opens her mouth and you hear an
Okay.
ear-piercing screech emit from deep from inside of her. The sound reverberates in your ears. Chris, make a grit roll. Soraya, make a charm roll, please. Chris, you rolled a 13. Soraya, you rolled a 6. Chris, your panic heightens to another level. Tell me, what action would you be taking at this point with increased panic setting in?
Well, now I'm gonna start trying to open the door, like jiggling the handle and jerking on the doorknob like I'm desperately trying to get out the door.
You grab onto the door handle and you feel this, not necessarily the metal of the door handle is hot, but you feel this heat shoot up your arms and go throughout the entirety of your body. Soraya, as you turn to try to get Chris to help you, she turns in a panic and grabs onto the door handle, starts wiggling it, and you see her wince back in pain. What do you do next, Soraya?
Um, holy crap. What do I do next? I curse and I
Slap
head.
Nathan, he deserves it.
Wow.
I head for Bunny on the floor and try and help her and get, because I feel that Chris might hurt me and Nathan needs. I think Bunny's the best one to help me get Nathan out of his. Yeah, so I feel like you need to go to Bunny and get her back up
That's
off,
only
off
because
my
you know
arm.
I'll slap him.
Nathan, I believe you took the trait heroic, did you not?
Yes, I did. Let me check. Yes, I did. Yep.
Do you know right off the top of your head what it does?
I don't.
Give me 1 second while I look it up.
I
I
have
probably
that trait
remembered
too.
it, but
Okay,
I
that
think
is
we
simply
fucked
to
up.
that is simply to be able to ignore fear. What other strengths do you have?
I have intuitive, rebellious, prepared.
That's so funny. I have those too.
What's really funny is I have cool under pressure, and here I am panicking.
So do I.
Bunny and Chris, roll me grit checks, both of you, please. Difficulty of 5 for the both of you.
I'm
Wait,
so
I want to
early on
use my
my
I'm
own.
adversity
so dead.
tokens to bring it up to 5. I have 2
You're gonna
adversity
use
tokens.
your 2 adversity tokens. You now
So
have
like
a
each
5.
of us or just
Chris,
one of us?
what is your roll?
I just rolled 11.
She rolled an 11,
Okay.
yeah.
Soraya, as you move to go to try to get Bunny to her feet, Bunny, you snap out of the panic as the situation kind of starts to cool down. Chris, you snap out of the panic as well. You guys both, and Chris, you can still feel the heat in your body. At the same time, you see Shaggy is still stressing out in the kitchen at this point, and you are finally, both of you, Bunny and Chris, are seeing Nathan relatively catatonic. I want all three of you, Bunny, Chris, and Soraya, to make brains check, please. Difficulty of 5. The three of you see that the color in Nathan's eyes are starting to turn a milky white. Nathan, as this vision and these feelings in you continue, you see the woman turn and stare at Shaggy in the kitchen as the blue clothes dress on her body flow from an intangible breeze. She starts to float over towards where Shaggy is. You still cannot control your body. This pain, the intense burning, lighting every nerve on your skin. You feel like your body is completely engulfed in flames, yet your fingertips and your toes are still cold as your vision starts to get cloudy with like a white, smoky film in front of you. Bunny, Chris, and Soraya, as you see his eyes starting to lose their color, what do the three of you do at this point?
Um, I yell across to Chris, who's closest. Shake him! Slap him!
So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna grab a hold of Nathan and start shaking him and yelling
Chris,
Nathan at him.
Chris, make a brawn check. Nathan, make a grit check, please. What is your bonus to brawn? I believe it's a +1. Is that correct, Chris?
Yes.
Okay, so it is a 7 versus 5. Nathan, as your vision starts to become obscure, the woman, this horribly burned demonic visage of a woman turns to you, reaches for you, and as you feel her bony hands grab onto your shoulders, you feel her fingers dig into your flesh. Unbelievable white hot pain shoots from where she grabs you, and then she disappears, and you see Chris standing in front of you instead, and you now realize that you can now move again. What do you do, Nathan, as you see this? You take the scene, Nathan.
Guys, what's going on?
Are you okay? What happened?
No, I'm not okay. I saw that burned victim again, and she was trying to kill me.
All we saw was you standing there like you were a statue.
Yeah, she was standing in front of me, and she was burning me up. And just as she was about to put her claws, like she was digging her claws into me, I saw you instead, and she was gone.
Is she?
Shaggy, real quick, your panic has subsided, and you realize that you are actually standing in the kitchen. Your feet have been tangled up in women's clothing. What do you do about that, Shaggy, as the panic starts to leave you and you realize you're standing in women's clothing? Shirt,
Oh,
bra, underwear, the whole 9 yards.
I don't remember doing laundry.
And I give the scene back to you. You're all of you.
Where the hell's Shaggy?
He's in the
He's in the
kitchen.
kit-
Hang on, I'll go check on him. And then I'm gonna walk in and see him standing there. Shaggy, what are you doing? What is that at your feet?
I don't know, clothes, I guess.
Is there a chair nearby where me and Nathan are standing?
Yes, there is. There is a chair between the bed and the outer wall.
All right, I'm going to shove Nathan towards or into the chair, depending how close we are to it.
It's relatively close. It's a small motel room.
You need to sit down.
I'll be fine.
That wasn't a request. You need to sit down. Your face, you're pale, you're sweaty, you look gross. You need to sit down for a minute.
I'll be fine. Stop.
Sit down.
All right.
Thank you.
And I'm going to start trying to untangle Shaggy's feet so he doesn't get hurt again.
Make a brains check, difficulty of 6, please. Bunny. As you do that, you notice it looks like for lack of a better description, a barista's apron. On the tag, you see the name Sarah on it.
Do we know a barista named Sarah?
Not to your knowledge.
Okay. Hey guys, I found what looks like an entire outfit in here that Shaggy was stomping all over. What it's doing in the kitchen, I don't know.
What's the girlfriend's name?
Tina.
Oh.
What kind of outfit is it?
It's just a regular outfit, and there's like an apron with the name tag Sarah. Looks like from that coffee shop.
While we're talking, I'm gonna go into the bathroom and use one of those disposable motel cups to get some water for Nathan.
Okay. Make a brains check, Chris. Please. Difficulty of 6.
I'm gonna use an adversity token.
Very well. Use an adversity token. As you walk in there and you start to collect some water in a little plastic cup, you notice, well, a wedding band on the sink.
Oh, I'm gonna pick that up and continue to get water, and then I'll tell them about it whenever I get back out there.
Okay. Bunny, Soraya, Nate, what are you doing at this point, Nate?
Sitting and relaxing, or I'm gonna get yelled at again.
You're sitting there
Damn straight.
trying to calm down, calm your nerves as the image of this woman's face is all but completely etched into your brain at this point. You feel the sensation of the heat finally starting to dissipate from you. Soraya, what do you do? What are you doing at this point?
I am trying to get you guys to listen to me. We have to call the police. You guys are literally walking all over this crime scene. There is a dead body in that bed, or probably was.
Is the bed itself
How are we gonna
burnt?
explain this?
It doesn't matter. We'll just tell them we found the card and we were returning it to the hotel, and we were walking by the room, we smelled the smoke.
And we're curious, stupid teenagers who decided to go into the room.
Who opened the door since we had the key to a room that smelled like it was on fire.
Fine, you guys can say that.
And-
I'm not having any word of
Choreographer,
this
sir?
at all.
Is the bed itself burnt?
Or just go down to the payphone and freaking call an anonymous tip-in. I don't care, but we need to do something.
Our fingerprints are all over this hotel room.
Yeah, exactly.
Guys!
Exactly. I told us to
Guys,
call the cops.
I
before
have
we
an
went
important
here.
question here.
Bunny,
What?
Is
Bunny,
the bed
the-
itself burnt?
No, it is not. It is
Okay.
just ashes in a human-like shape.
Okay, so we have no proof because bodies can't burn without what they're touching burning too.
Yeah, well, you want to hear something else crazy? I've got this vial of ash that I also found in the car, and it's probably the same.
I'm gonna give Nathan the water that I got from the bathroom.
And I think
I'm
we
gonna
should
pull
take
out- I'm gonna
another cup and get a sample of this ash.
Okay,
So
well,
we
we can see
compare
if they're both the same.
Yeah.
Oh, hey guys,
Okay.
I also found this wedding ring in the bathroom.
A wedding ring? Is it a
Here,
male
Nathan,
or a
Drink
female
some water.
wedding
You
ring?
still look pale.
Bunny, as you take a look at it, it looks too small to be a man's wedding ring. It's definitely the size of a woman's wedding ring, or a very petite, skinny man.
May I see the ring for a moment, Chris?
I hand it to her.
I look at the inside for an inscription.
It's on the inside of the description. It says Sarah and John, and it gives a date 1982.
Okay, so this ring definitely belonged to whoever had the clothes. Because it says Sarah right on the inside.
All right, we'll get some of the ash, and then we need to go call the police because if Sarah's clothes are still on the floor and this was a one-night stand in a hotel room, she should have left with her clothes, which means that's probably Sarah on the bed.
Okay, well then you better put the ring back where you found it.
You can put it back where I found it. You have it.
I don't know where you found it. Here you go. Take it back. I wasn't in the room with you.
All right, I guess I'm gonna take the ring back to the bathroom.
You give the
Wipe it
ring.
off. What did anyone touch? Let's wipe our fingerprints off. Anything we touched, and we'll leave and call it an anonymous.
Shaggy
like-
touched
What didn't we
everything.
touch?
Oh my god, you guys are.
We'd have to
Shaggy,
clean
rearrange
the
the kitchen.
kitchen.
Look, we'll just call the cops. We'll tell them that we came over here to return the hotel key card that we found on the ground.
Yes, on the ground. I agree with that. That's what I said first time. Found
How
a
do we
key,
explain us
went to
being
return-
in here?
Wait a minute,
And
Because
explain
we
Shaggy.
smelled the smoke from the outside, and we got.
What about our fingerprints and
Scared.
Shaggy?
Clarification
Um,
question. Back then, they didn't have key cards in these old motels, did they? They had actual keys.
Yeah, it was an actual
Uh,
key.
okay, sorry, we
and it
found
was
an
a-
actual
it was
key.
A
The card was
yeah, it
just
was
a
a-
card for the hotel.
Yeah, it was just a business card for the hotel. The key
Okay.
was an actual tumbler.
I was getting confused and wanted to make sure I was staying on the same page with everyone. I'm sorry.
Yeah, of
So-
course.
So we found the key. We came to return it, but since we're nosy teenagers, we decided to look at the room first because teenagers are stupid.
This is gonna end badly for us.
Oh, so bad.
Because if this
Yeah,
is a crime scene,
What if
we
they
touched everything.
What if they cataloged everything that was in the car though at the police station?
If they cataloged it
They
into
would've
evidence, it
taken
would
it
have been
out.
in evidence. It wouldn't
Yes.
still be in the car.
Okay.
Let's just get. How about we don't call the cops? We just leave. We'll grab a sample of the ash and we'll get out of here.
Yeah,
Police
let's-
are eventually gonna
let's
find
leave
this
the key
room.
in the
They
doorknob.
clean it. They're gonna clean it, and then they're gonna find our fingerprints all over the place. Either way.
Well, what if the maid cleans it? Then they're not gonna check for fingerprints.
Hey, I got an
I mean, they're
idea.
not gonna
Wait,
clean-
guys.
He's gonna walk in and see.
Why?
The freaking-
Wait.
Yeah.
Let's take the bedding and
Oh,
muss it all
my
up and make
God.
the shape look different.
So you want to erase the dead girl?
Oh,
We don't know if it's a dead person at all.
This is
Definitely a dead person.
But if we do that, we
That
can.
is the worst idea.
She has
Grab
a
a sample
husband.
first before we do that.
She has a
What?
husband who's probably missing her.
Or
We
kill
don't
her.
even know that's her.
But this person, we don't even know who this is. This is an old room.
You know what? I'm out. I'm gonna walk out the door.
I'm gonna grab. Let's grab a piece of. Let's grab some ash before we go, so we can at least see if they're the same thing. If they are, then this is old. Okay. Let's grab some
Can I
evidence.
open the door now?
Yes, you can open the door now.
Yeah, I'm out.
And-
I'm walking outside. I'll wait for them outside.
Bunny, you've filled the plastic, not filled it, but you got a small sample of the ash in one of those little plastic hotel cups.
Yeah, can I take another cup and kind of put it inside the first cup to keep it from flying
Absolutely.
out as soon as we walk outside?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
You got the ash. Let's get back to my place and analyze the stuff and see.
Okay,
if it's
but
the
let's
same.
make sure it doesn't look like a body so they don't fingerprint.
No. You got. Okay. I can't.
We don't want Shaggy to go to jail for something he didn't do we?
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna flip the covers and all the ash is gone now. Okay, I'm gonna make the bed. There we go. Let's go.
Okay, it's done. I head out the door. I grab Shaggy
Let's
and pull
go,
him
my
because he's
place.
just kind of standing around.
Shaggy, we're going to my place. It's food. Let's go.
No, we're going to get pizza then. We promised Shaggy pizza after this. fucking
Shaggy, do
clusterfuck.
you want pizza or do you want a lot of food?
I really want pizza. Why do every time I play this, I want pizza?
Because I don't know. Pizza seems to be a common.
Pizza is awesome.
Pizza is all nice gooey mozzarella cheese.
All right, let's go to
spicy
pizza place first, and
pepperoni.
then we'll go to my place.
So you guys, basically, so Nathan, you snap the covers. The ashes go everywhere. You
Everybody's
do your
covered in
best
dead girl now.
Oh God!
To you basically do your best to kind of like make the bed up a little bit. Bunny, you grab Shaggy and start heading out the door. Soraya, Nate, you follow in suit behind. Do you close the door behind you?
Yes.
Wait, before you close the door, is the key still in the doorknob?
Yeah.
Okay, leave it there. That way they'll
Okay,
find
let's
it
go.
and
So you guys get ready to head to Out of This World Pizzeria. It's about another 20-minute bike ride, skateboard ride. Do you guys talk about anything on your way there?
yeah,
I don't know, but I
guys.
somehow
I,
make
I
a
am-
know
plan for
you
covering
didn't
everybody in ash.
approve of what we did, but we have to protect ourselves and Shaggy. We're alive now.
I am actively ignoring the conversation and speeding up so that I'm not part of it.
Hey, you can run away all you want, but you're part of this
You're
too.
part of this too. Too late, dude. I agree with Nathan 100%. You can't run from this.
And I've got my headphones on.
Oh,
Can't ignore it for long.
That's okay, because I have a 10-speed mountain bike. I just kick it up a gear and catch up to you.
Chris, make a brains roll, please. Difficulty of 5. As you separate from your friends and start to put a little bit of distance, you roll by a house,
Yeah.
and in the reflection, you see this ghastly visage of a woman. Her eyes are blazing red as she stares at you while you pass by the house. Make a grit check for me, please. Difficulty of 7.
Holy crap!
Oh,
Jesus
fuck?
Christ.
Wait, what
That
the
is-
fuck? Is that how
How
is that even
many-
possible?
Times did
Oh
that
my
die
God.
just fucking explode?
Jesus Christ. You like that? Where was that when we needed it?
Right?
Jesus.
Well,
So, Chris, um, given your current demeanor of being relatively irritated at the whole situation, you
can I
see
make the
this.
comment I want to make?
Absolutely. Take the scene.
I don't have time for you, bitch.
Bunny, as you kick your gear up a notch and you start biking a little bit faster, closing the distance between you and Chris, you see her look to the side and she makes this expletive comment.
You
That felt wrong
know,
coming out of my
I
mouth.
may be a bitch, but you love me anyway.
I wasn't talking to you.
Who you talking to? I'm the only one by you.
I was talking to the creepy haunted fire lady in the freaking window.
Oh, so now she's haunting you.
In case you haven't been paying attention for the last couple days, she's haunting all of us.
I haven't seen her or experienced anything.
So you weren't just cowering in the other room in the hotel?
Oh, I absolutely was freaked out. Of course, I'm human. But remember what was that guy's name? Jason?
Creepy guy? Yeah.
Yeah. He said that when we break our friendships, that's when she's coming after us. Stop and think about what you're doing.
What friendship? You people don't even like me. Before the day before yesterday, you hardly looked at me.
We like you. You keep separate from everyone. Which actually is kind of why we like you. Not gonna lie.
Bunny, make a grit roll, please. Difficulty of 11.
Do I have to? No! I died.
That is not a drastic failure, but it is a 3.
I'm gonna give myself an adversity token because I don't have any. Go ahead.
You take the failure and you gain an adversity token. You suddenly feel ire build up inside of you as you remember how you saw Chris in your backyard spitting on your beloved pet's gravesite.
Do you really think this is the time to bring that up?
The scene is yours as you start to feel this anger swell within you.
You know, Chris, that's awful high and mighty from somebody who walks by and spit spits on a pet's grave. We've done everything we can to make you feel welcome here, and all you do is throw it in our faces like we don't even matter to you.
Pet is buried. How would I spit on a grave that I don't know where it is?
You helped me bury him! Right, it wasn't him.
I believe it was the dog, correct?
Yeah, the dog.
Did I help her bury her dog?
You did.
Oh.
Sorry.
It's okay.
I mean, did you ever stop to think that maybe you're the one keeping yourself separate from us? And maybe, just maybe, if you let us in a little bit, you'd find out we're not quite so different after all.
Did you ever stop to think that maybe if you'd have talked to me, you'd have found out that wasn't what I was doing? Because I would never spit on somebody's grave. That is
I
the thing
was
I would not
a
do. If I'm
little-
that upset about you guys desecrating a corpse, what makes you think I'm gonna spit on a grave?
Well, I was a little upset over the loss of my
are we
beloved
near
dog.
her? Can we interrupt this?
Absolutely, Nathan. The
Okay.
scene belongs to all of you at this point.
Hey, guys, stop. Okay, this
What,
is
Nathan?
exactly what this ghost wants. They want us at each other's throats. And this is exactly what's happening. You guys need to calm down. Okay.
Did you just say, calm down?
Yes, I did. You guys are going crazy.
You calm down and go away. This doesn't involve
hold
you.
on. No, yes, this does involves everybody here.
Going crazy. This whole situation is crazy.
I
Both
do
of you
agree
need
with
to
that.
just be quiet and stop.
Wow, he's just telling us to calm down, telling us to be quiet. What next? You gonna tell us to
Yes,
get in the
ca-
kitchen and cook him a meal?
I think he
I
is.
didn't
Wow.
even say that.
You want a sandwich, Nathan?
What? Don't encourage this. Come on. This is just, you guys need to relax. You guys are fighting over nothing.
Over nothing? You literally desecrated a corpse. I kind of agree
Thank
with Chris
you.
here. This is an awful thing.
Guys,
and I'm
we-
kind of
okay,
pissed off
again,
too.
But that's not
We
the
don't
point
know
right
if
now.
it
We're
was a
de-
corpse. It was just ashes.
know
Kind
it
of
was a
looked like a
corpse.
human, but not
Guys.
really.
Guys.
Would a woman leave her wedding band in a bathroom in a hotel room?
I
Especially if
mean,
you cheated on her
do
husband,
you
didn't
want
know it was
daytime
a
drama
woman.
TV?
Down. And listen to me for a second. The spirit is able to leave things physically, okay? That wedding ring, the ash in there, that smell, that was all placed by the ghost, okay? It wasn't there before, okay?
Okay, what about the ashes in Sarai's hair?
Hey, okay. I found the same thing in the car, okay? If it's the same ashes, this makes no sense. You realize that, right? These were put here by the spirit.
Well,
They
he does
weren't
have a
just
point.
there.
I mean, how
There
could
is-
somebody burn up in two different places?
And
There's
first
one.
of all, somebody put that ash there because it wasn't like somebody burnt, because the room would have been burnt
Okay,
and the
but here's
bedding would have
okay.
been burnt.
Let's look at this for a second logically. Okay, the woman in white looks for broken relationships. If Skeezy Boy met Barista in the hotel room, and Skeezy Boy's now dead, and Barista is a pile of ash in the hotel room, and Skeezy Boy's girlfriend is missing. I don't know anybody's names because I don't care.
I'm with
Ricky.
you there.
If Skeezy Boy's girlfriend is missing, why don't we look at this logically? Let's find out if there's a woman named Sarah that's now missing.
That is
That's
a good
fine. We can
point,
look
guys.
at that. But first of all, the thing is, this was just ash. There was no bones. When you get burnt up, there's pieces of bones and particles in there. There was nothing. It was all ash. We don't even know if it was a human remains.
He's not
I found
wrong,
this-
guys.
I found the same ash in the car. There's no way it would have been in the car and here. And first of all, like you
Except we
mentioned
have-
earlier, why were we finding these in the car? Because if the cops checked the car, they would have taken everything and put into evidence. And it wasn't. They were in the car. Somebody
Unless
put
the
it
cops
there.
didn't check the car yet.
The cops have to check everything. I should know because they took possession of one of my bags and they took everything out and put it into evidence. They don't leave anything behind. They put stuff into evidence. The stuff in the car was placed there by either a spirit or somebody else, just like that room.
Whatever helps you sleep at night, Nathan.
It's not fake. I've been through this before. I know how this works. Those items were placed there, whether it was paranormal or not.
Shaggy, the smell of the pizzeria, the pizza, the pasta, the sauce, the dough starts to You start to smell these things off in the distance as you guys are entering back into closer to the town center. Um, yes.
Mhm.
What do you do with the smell of food, Shaggy?
Maggie runs for the pizzeria.
As you guys are arguing while you're walking, Shaggy just starts bolting off towards yeah, bolting off towards town.
Do any of us notice this?
Oh, you all notice this because he's kind of like behind you guys. As you guys are kind of like separated a little bit, like the four of you are at the front walking, riding, and Shaggy has kind of just like been meandering behind, and he suddenly just starts just like passes you guys like right through your argument or your conversation as he just starts beelining it down the sidewalk.
Shaggy, wait up! Guys, let's go! And they've all suddenly become mute.
I'm gonna keep up with the people.
I'm gonna keep up.
Within a few minutes, you guys arrive at the pizzeria.
Well, I don't know about everybody
The
else, but all this bike riding, I'm really hungry.
are you all going to be going into the pizzeria?
I am.
I'm gonna go in and go sit down.
Okay. And Soraya, what are you doing?
I'm also gonna go in and go order a pizza.
Okay. Nathan, what are you doing?
I'm gonna go in and eat because yeah.
Okay. So you guys go into the pizzeria, and it finally dawns on you that it is dusk. It is now at about between all the travel and everything that's been going on. It is the sun is about setting at this point. It's probably about 5:30 in the afternoon, evening. The pizzeria is relatively busy at this point. You guys order food. Do you sit together?
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna sit with Nathan no matter what, because even though we fight, we're still best friends.
I'm gonna sit next to Soraya because she's the only one I'm not absolutely mortified at right now. Well, her and hang
Shaggy,
on.
who kind of stood there
Thank you.
doing
Sorry, my
nothing.
kids just walked in. Yes, her and Shaggy.
Okay, so you guys sit at one of the larger booths, I'll say, um, big enough to place probably about three 18-inch pizzas. It's how big the table is. Um, and it is in one of those U-shaped, horseshoe shaped sittings. So you guys sit down. Your food gets served to you, and there's just this like an air of oppression sitting upon the group at this point. Relatively silent, but you're all wrestling with your own thoughts, the events of the day. Do you wish to talk about anything?
I didn't spit on your dog's grave.
Well, that's kind of what it looked like, and I'm sorry for yelling at you.
I'm sorry for losing my temper. I am upset with what happened, but I am sorry that I yelled.
To be fair, I don't think we really even know exactly what happened yet. Maybe
I don't
science will.
necessarily think that makes it any better. Because whether we knew what was really there, we knew what we thought was there.
Well, but
And
that's just it. You guys thought that, but we didn't. You know, we have to try to think about other people and what they might be thinking and feeling too. And I think that might be part of this whole thing. I think Nathan's right. We're being tested, we're being pushed and shoved and torn apart. We need to just remember that we're friends. Even you, Chris, you are one of us, whether you like it or not.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
As you guys are talking, you see the rest of the people who are at the restaurant. They're starting to go towards where the TV is. They're starting to congregate, staring at the television. Um, as the news pops up, and you hear as the restaurant goes relatively quiet and the radio that is filling the room goes down, you hear a report of a deputy that was found dead at the Twins Bridge that connects Crescent Wash to South Bend.
what was his name?
His They haven't released his name, but his body was found. They give a description, and the description is similar to how Ricky's body was found. Um, Milky white skin, clean as if he had just come out of a hot tub, hot shower. His eyes were missing, and how he has been shipped, or not shipped, but taken to South Bend Corners for an autopsy.
Um, the town of Crescent Watch has how many deputies?
The deputy force consists of probably total of 12 deputies plus the sheriff.
Yeah, well, I knew there's only one sheriff, but so in a town that small, would
What are
and
the
that seems
odds? Do
like a
we
lot
know
for
this
not
deputy?
know who it would be.
Oh, well, we
Or
won't know though because
I mean, if there's 12, we
they
probably
won't
know them
release
all,
the
but we probably don't know.
information until
Yeah.
on who it was until they notify next again. So they won't give us a name unless we're next to kin. Are any of us next to kin?
I don't
Um,
have. Let me check.
as you continue to listen, it's just one of the deputies, David Connors.
Will they do release his name, identity?
Yeah, as you guys are listening and trying to figure out what his name is, and you
Mhm.
listen closer, the name gets released. Deputy David Connors.
Is that one of the deputies we were talking about earlier that was related to somebody? Or one of us knew?
No.
Okay, guys, this is really starting to.
David Connors. What was the name of the wife, Sarah, that we just?
Hang on.
John.
I actually wrote it down.
It was Sarah and John.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it
know,
just said
but
Sarah and John. So,
did
but John's not
oh, it
David,
doesn't
so.
say. No, 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 no. I know, but is he related to either one of them? Maybe it's
Soraya, are you are
or
you are you referring to the woman and the husband and wife that were burned in the house?
yes, yes,
Yeah.
but I wouldn't know. Um,
So it was Marilyn Crease. Crease was her maiden name, and Briars was the married name. Marilyn and Michael.
No. I'm talking about the one we just found. The husband and wife of the bodies we just found, supposed
Sarah.
bodies.
Okay, Sarah
And
was
John.
the Sarah and John. Yes, is
Yes.
what were the names on her wedding band.
Okay. So we have Sarah and John, Maryland, and the Briars chick from 40 years ago. Now we have a deputy something or another, Jack Daniels. I don't fucking remember his name already.
David Connors
David Connors. The bodies are, and Ricky. Poor Ricky.
and Ricky. Yeah, the bodies are really adding
Just
up.
piling up. And
We have to figure this out.
we have a vengeful spirit.
Nathan, do you have the stuff at your house to try to determine if this ash is human or whatever?
Maybe use the school's biology lab.
We're gonna have to go to the biology lab because I don't have anything in my house.
So are we
Yay,
gonna
more
break into
breaking and entering.
school now?
No one said we had to do it tonight. We can do it just during lunch hour tomorrow or something.
I don't know. Tonight sounds
In
kind of
school.
fun.
Oh yeah,
my
go
God.
examine ashes during school hours.
You can just tell them they're like, I don't know. Doesn't tell them they're possibly human remains. We could tell them there's some of the remains, or I don't know. We don't even know if they're human remains. It's possible. Nathan seems to think they're not.
Nathan, make a brains check, difficulty of 7, please. As you're eating and just kind of taking everything in, you see from the corner of your eye, little Kevin enters into the pizzeria.
Oh dear God.
Fuck.
Fuck.
Come on, guys. He's not that bad.
Guys, yeah, he is. Damn it, we're trying to eat.
He looks up and he sees the group over there. And Nathan, you see his eyes open up wide. A big old smile goes across his face as he bolts his way over to you guys, to your table. Oh, hey guys! Hey guys! Oh my God! Hi, Soraya. How you doing?
Kevin, what's up? What do you want?
Oh my God! Hey guys! And he turns around and he looks at the TV. Did you guys hear? Did you guys hear about the deputy that just died?
Yeah, what do you know about it?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know anything about it. I'm just saying, isn't it weird? Like, he died the same way Ricky died.
Yeah,
Yeah, we got that. Kevin, what's up? Like
Well,
what?
okay. So hear me out, okay? Don't
Okay.
hear me out.
I
Right?
spit it out.
So I'm getting there. Don't rush me. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to yell in your ear, Soraya. I'm sorry. Oh, yeah. So anyway, I think I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh no,
Hey, damn it, Kevin.
I remember. So
Hey.
don't you find it kind of weird that they haven't found Tina's body yet?
Well, we
also,
don't know. Tina might not be dead.
Check this out. Check this out, guys. Hold on. And he opens up his backpack and he opens it up and he pulls out a newspaper article. And he hands it to you, Nathan, pointing at the headline.
What
Pointing
is
at
it? What?
Pointing at the headline that reads "The Crescent Flood, July 30th, 1969." The newspaper is yellow, tattered, very old. It reads "Mass Grave at Dead Man's Quarry." 2 more bodies were found at Dead Man's Quarry yesterday. New York City lawyer David McMahon and magazine model Lisa Strader were found within the abandoned mines, while law enforcement were moments away from closing investigation on the death of Stephen Sumner. Details have yet to be released on the cause of death for any of the 3 individuals. Their bodies were found. Skin was milk white, and they were missing their eyes. With the inclusion of 2 more bodies, the investigation on Stephen Sumner's death remains open. Okay, guys, check it out, right? So these two people, like way back here, right? Like in the year of 69.
Kevin, get to it.
Raya? Oh shit! Okay, right. Okay. So anyway, yeah. So they were found just like their two bodies. Do you think there's maybe like some kind of connection or you know
Guys.
something?
Kevin,
Guys.
can you do me a huge favor?
Huh?
Go home.
Well, I'm just trying to help, Nathan. I mean, you know.
Kevin, this is dangerous, okay? You're still young. This is dangerous, okay? There's a lot happening here. We don't want to see you get hurt, so you need to go home and just leave this alone and leave it to us. We're figuring it out.
But Nathan, I'm just trying to help.
No, I know,
Guys,
Kevin. What?
Nathan?
have any of you seen the movie Piranha? It came out a few years ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
What?
What happens to a body that's left in water for a while? Like
In-
at the quarry during a flood.
It turns milky white.
Exactly. Maybe we should check out the quarry?
Oh, yuck. Gross.
You
no?
want to find more dead bodies?
Right?
No, I want to find answers.
First of all, Bunny, let's not talk about this around Kevin because he's just gonna try to follow us.
Exactly.
Oh,
That is
guys,
exactly what I was
guys.
trying to say. Shut up.
He might
Guys,
know
guys.
something.
What, Kevin?
And Soraya, Kevin, like kind of grabs onto your wrist, very close to your hand, and starts kind of tugging on it. Guys, how about we all take a trip over to Twins Bridge and check it out?
Hey, Kevin.
What?
How about this? You go home and we'll figure it out.
Kevin,
Oh,
we can't.
what?
It's a
Huh?
crime scene.
Right, but it's gonna be nighttime. Nobody's gonna be there at night.
Kevin.
Yeah,
you're
they'll still be
still-
looking for evidence and stuff.
Yeah, but Kevin can't come with us though. We can't be responsible for him.
Nathan, we can't go because it's a active crime scene and there will be
Oh,
cops
now we care about
scouring-
what's right.
Chris!
No, she
Hold
does
on.
Pay
not.
attention to what I'm saying here.
Okay, yes, Bunny, yes. Okay, no, Bunny's right. We can't go. It's an active crime scene. There's going to be cops there, Kevin. Okay, so just get it out of your head.
All right.
Just Kevin, trust me.
I'll
You're gonna
Kevin.
get hurt,
Me.
and I
Kevin,
don't feel like
when-
telling your mom that you died. Okay, can you just go
Kevin, when
home?
we do decide to go, we'll let you know and bring you with us, okay, everyone?
Sure.
And
No.
Soraya, Kevin's hands slowly kind of just melt off your wrist as he turns his back and slowly sulks.
Away. Away.
Oh, sulks away.
Kevin, I don't want to find out that you went down there. Go home.
Yeah, yeah.
We'll let you know when we go. We will, we promise.
And Kevin, if I found out you went, you're not getting my next book.
And he just hangs his head and sulks out and just
As
leaves.
soon as he's out of earshot, I turn to Nathan and glare and say, "See what you've done?
Why are you blaming me?
It was
Yeah,
You
actually
encouraged this
Hey,
boy."
it was my fault, but
Oh.
guys,
You realize we're gonna have to go down there and make sure that Kevin doesn't go down
yes,
there, right?
we have to go. But you all should have played along with me, and then Kevin would have thought we weren't going.
Haven't. What makes you think he thinks we are going? What makes you think we are going?
Because we are.
We have to.
Fuck.
Well, now we have to go because Kevin's gonna go down there and get himself killed.
Exactly. Or he's gonna get it. He's gonna get in trouble with the cops.
Yeah, and now we're gonna go down there, and he's gonna see us go down there, whether we're saving his ass or not, and he's never gonna listen to us again.
I'll deal with Kevin. I'll deal
Isn't
with
he
Kevin.
manipulated? No, he's not.
Guys, Kevin just wants a friend. And for
Kevin
whatever
just wants
reason,
Kevin. I know Kevin. Kevin just wants to be a part of things, and this is too dangerous for him. This is too dangerous for us. Okay, you really want that to happen? You want to what happened to me to happen to Kevin?
I
Because
don't want
that on
anything to
anybody.
happen to Kevin, which is why I was trying to convince him that we would go later and bring him with us. Whether we did or not is beside the fact.
Hey, but that's even worse because we're not going to do that anyways, right? And if he found out, it'd make him even more bummed out. So I'd rather bum him out now and tell him no than lie to him.
Hey, I just don't like hurting people's feelings. What can I say?
It's Kevin. He'll be fine.
So the waitress comes over, hands out your guys' tabs and everything. It is now about 6:30 or so in the evening. What are you guys planning on doing now?
I don't know, but I'm pissed that Shaggy ate all the pizza.
Guess we're gonna head to a crime scene.
Yeah, but I think we should maybe go a little bit of a long way to make sure that Kevin doesn't follow us. If he
Oh,
hasn't
I'll know
already
he's
headed
following
out.
us. Just look behind every bush that we pass.
So you guys settle your tabs. Each of you take $10 off of your pocket money.
Except me, because I didn't eat nothing.
Shaggy should pay for most of it. He ate most of it.
Shaggy, is your stomach full at this point, or are you still hungry?
Shaggy always has room for more, but Shaggy will stop eating.
Very good. So you guys settle your tips, or your tabs, and you head outside. I want each of you to make brains check, please. Difficulty of 6.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Wow.
Me and you, Shaggy.
You're all pretty much just, walking
Too
along.
too annoyed to notice anything.
Yeah, relative. Yeah.
Two in our own heads.
Nathan is literally looking in every bush, behind every tree, as you guys are walking. Soraya, you're just dumbfounded at how adamant Nathan is at looking things. You're just staring at him like, "What are you doing?" Um, Bunny, you're kind of just, "What is going on?" Um, and Chris and Shaggy, you two are the only ones actively like looking behind you, trying to be aware of whether or not you're being followed by Kevin, and you genuinely don't really see him following you, and you're relatively convinced that he did exactly as he was told, that he went home. Eventually, you guys make it. It takes you about 45 minutes, but you make it to Twins Bridge. It is now about 7 o'clock, a little past. Twins Bridge is the bridge that connects Crescent Watch and South Bend. Nobody really has an answer as to why it's called Twins Bridge. But as you approach what would be considered the crime scene, you find that there are no deputies there. There certainly is police tape wrapped around guarding the area off. But there's no guards, there's nobody there to watch it. For the most part, the 5 of you are there alone. Take the scene.
Well, at least Kevin didn't follow us.
This looks too easy.
Yes. Something's not right about this.
No, it's not. We really just stopped by my place to get my stuff before we came here.
And go in anything but
Now you
woefully
say something.
unprepared.
Yeah, now you say something.
I don't know. I was too busy trying to look for Kevin to remember.
Yeah.
Are we sure he didn't come here ahead of us?
I don't know. I thought
No, if
Nathan might have
Kevin-
had him in that last hibiscus bush.
If Kevin was here, we would have known.
All right, well, I guess, I don't know, look around?
Hold on. I'm going to do something right now, and this will prove if Kevin's here. Hey, Kevin, a ghost. Okay, he's not here.
Your voice is responded by the sounds of crickets, the lapping of the waves on the shore, of the river on the shore.
See? He would have jumped right out no matter where he was. All right. Well, where do you guys want to go now?
I'll go look down by the shore on this side.
You really think we should split up?
We're all within sight of each other.
We should definitely not split up.
Exactly.
Guys, we can see each other.
We should definitely not be here. We just came here to determine that Kevin didn't, and then we should just leave.
We're here already.
But yeah, we're
why not
already
look?
here.
Is there any way I can get?
I mean, should we cross the police tape?
Just don't touch it because if it's broken, they're gonna think something's happening. Just don't break it.
I still
So are
think
you
we
all
should
going to
go
be
and look
crossing
at the
the police
shore.
tape?
Yep, we're gonna be crossing the
Yes.
police tape.
I don't think so.
Out?
What are you gonna stay here?
I'm going to stand on this side of the police tape.
Ah, okay. You stay here and look out then.
Yeah,
We're
I'm going to be
go.
lookout. I'll play lookout.
Shaggy, can you stay with Sarai, please?
All right, homies. I'm gonna get out of here.
Shaggy.
Shaggy?
Hey,
I will see you all later.
stay
Good night,
here.
guys.
Stay here with Soraya.
All right.
All right.
So
let's go.
Shaggy and Soraya are going to be lookout while Nathan, Bunny, and Chris cross the police line. Exactly how is it, Nathan, Bunny, and Chris? Are you planning on how are you going to investigate the area? What exactly are you doing?
I'm gonna look for any clues. I'm gonna look for any ash. I'm gonna look for anything that might pinpoint that this is all connected.
Bunny, what are you doing?
I'm gonna look for blood, cloth, anything
Where
that
are you look-
stands out from the normal.
Okay, and where are you looking, Bunny? I'm going to say there's a north side and a south side of the bridge.
All right, I
And
want to
the
look on
bridge
the
is-
north side.
Okay, and the bridge is a relatively wide two-lane bridge. And you're going to look on the south side?
I want to look on the north side.
The north side. Nate, where are you looking?
South side.
Chris, what are you looking for and where are you looking?
I'm literally just looking to see if they have a place where they found a body marked out. But I'm gonna go
Sure.
to the north side with Cody.
Okay, so basically what you see is on the south side, you do see those little evidence tents propped up for the most part, and this is where Nathan starts. Bunny and Chris, this is relatively typical police, so you let Nathan do his searching while you go to the north side of the bridge. Nathan, roll a brains check for me, please. Nathan, as you're looking around, you don't really find anything supernatural, but something does catch your eye. A rock glowing faintly, a blue glow to it, is pretty close, though still far away enough from one of the evidence tents that it was probably looked over or wasn't even considered to be evidence, but it's there. What do you do with it?
Well, I'm stupid, so I'm gonna go pick it up.
You grab it, and as you do, it starts to glow a little bit brighter in your hand.
I'm gonna
Hey.
put it in my backpack.
You put the glowing greenish blue rock into your backpack. Bunny, Chris, I want you to make grit checks, please. Difficulty of 10. As you start to cross the street, you feel this immense pressure coming from the bridge, pushing you. It's not wind, but it has the force of a hard wind, and it's pushing you away from the bridge as you're crossing the street to the north side. You both feel this. What do you do?
I want to push through.
I'm also gonna try to push through, but
So you're crossing the street to the north side. The force that is pushing you is pushing you from the bridge, kind of like away from the bridge, but it's not preventing you from going to the north side. Are you going to push against it still?
Yeah.
so it's not preventing us from walking in the direction we're already going. It's preventing us from going towards the bridge.
That is correct. Thank you.
I want to
Do
see
you feel
what this
that?
is. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to go towards the bridge.
I want. Well, I want to try to go into whatever's pushing us away because it seems like it's trying to
That's
keep
what I
us
mean.
from
Yeah,
something. Yeah.
it's trying to keep us from the bridge, so I'm gonna try to go towards the bridge.
Both of you make a grit check, please. As you push in towards the bridge, you feel a little bit of the pressure give way. You get about 5 feet until you feel the push against you again as it tries to push you away from the bridge back into town.
Is it just me, or does it seem like something is trying to keep us from getting where, over this way?
I think something is trying to keep us from getting over this way. And this is gonna sound really weird, but can I grab your arm?
Yeah, let's work together. I mean, we're friends. We're a team.
Yeah,
Working
something
together
like
will
that.
enable you to add a +1 bonus to your roll and also enable you to share adversity tokens. Before you continue forward, Nate, you look up and you kind of see this happening. They're about 5 feet onto, about 10 feet onto the bridge, and you see them trying to walk across the bridge. Do you want to, what do you do about that? Or do you just continue trying to look for evidence?
I'm gonna go see what's going on over there. I already found something.
Soraya, and Shaggy, both of you make brains checks, please. Shaggy, roll your brain.
Did Shaggy fall asleep on us?
It's possible. It is
Shaggy?
pretty late over there.
It is. Okay, so Soraya and Shaggy, you two are basically just being a lookout, scanning.
Oblivious.
Yeah, oblivious of what's going on behind you at the
Mhm.
crime scene, but looking forward, trying to keep your attention on if anybody's approaching. Bunny and Chris, please make grit checks. You guys are hooked arm in arm, trying to assist each other, and Chris, you find it relatively easy, but you notice that Bunny is having a hard time proceeding forward. Do you want to keep trying to pull her or just wait for her?
I'm gonna try to study her and wait for her to get her footing.
Okay. Nate, you get to on back onto the road. You climb up the small little embankment, and you get to the main road, and you see them about 15 feet across the bridge. What do you do? Nathan.
Yes.
You get to the road. You get to the road to see what they're doing, and they're about 15 feet across the bridge, and they seem to be having a very difficult time walking across the bridge. What do you do?
I'm gonna go up to them and see what's going on. I'm gonna see if I can help.
Make a grit check, please. So as you start to cross from the main road onto the bridge, you feel this pressure pushing against you, uh, making it difficult to walk across it. But you do make slow steps, and you're about 5 feet on the bridge at this point. Soraya, make a brains roll, please. You turn around just to check on to see how your friends are doing, and you find them just trying to cross the bridge. What do you do at this point?
Well, is it just like a bridge that like cars go across? So it's
Yeah,
not like a
it's
rickety, it's a regular bridge?
yeah, it's a steel and concrete bridge. About
Okay.
it's relatively wide bridge, even though it's only 2 lanes. It's a relatively wide bridge.
I like, what the hell are they doing to myself, and look over at my lookout partner and be, what do you think they're doing? Even though he's probably not paying any attention either.
Shaggy's just kind of like in his own world at this point.
Um, yeah, that's it. I mean,
Okay.
I'm not gonna yell across the field at them. I'm assuming they're
Mm,
pretty far away from me. How far?
about 50 feet.
Yep.
Okay. Um, Bunny and Chris, are you guys continuing to try to walk across the bridge?
I would like to, yes.
Yes.
Make me grit checks, please. You feel the pressure pushing you harder, and you actually get pushed back about 5 feet.
Do we notice
Um,
Nathan yet?
you're kind of super hyper focused on what you're doing at this point, but as you guys like lift your feet up to step forward, this pressure pushes you both backwards, and you kind of stumble backwards.
Can I
You
reach anything to put my hand on, like the guardrail or anything?
you are kind of like in the middle of the road at this point. If you guys want to try to shimmy, like shift yourselves aside. Bunny, you did mention Nate. Make a brains check, please. Difficulty of 8. You're kind of super focused on trying to push against this pressure. Chris, you mentioned wanting to put your hand on a guardrail. Do you want to try to shimmy sideways?
I'm gonna ask Bunny. Um, hey, what if we try to get over there and use the guardrail to help pull us?
That sounds like a plan because this is not working.
Then yes, I would like to try to shimmy over towards the guardrail.
You get to the guardrail. Nate, you see them with effort shimmy across over to the guardrail. Do you want to keep trying to push against this pressure to try to reach them?
Yes. That rock that I picked up can't help me, can it?
I mean, you can try to see if it will.
Okay, well, I'm gonna take the rock out and see if it'll allow me to like move through it faster.
You take the rock out of your backpack, and as you do, you notice it starts to radiate an even brighter glow. Bunny and Chris, please make me brains checks. Soraya, make me a brain check as well. All of you, difficulty of 12.
Including me or no?
Not you, no. Okay. So,
We're all oblivious.
You should hear the stuff
um,
I mumble to myself when I roll.
actually, Soraya, seeing as how you are looking in the direction of the bridge, I'm actually going to call that a success. Bunny and Chris, please go on ahead and give yourselves one adversity token each. And don't forget to give yourself adversity tokens as you fail as well.
Mhm.
Soraya, you see Nate pull this rock out, something out of his backpack, and as he does, it glows this bright bluish green light is coming out of it. Um, what do you do at that?
I'm sorry. I was talking to my son. Can you repeat that? I see what?
Yes. So as you're looking at the bridge, you
Mm-hmm.
see Nate kind of go into his backpack and pull something out, and he's holding it in his open palm, and
Mm-hmm.
it starts to radiate this bluish green glow, somewhat illuminating the immediate area around him. It's
Mm-hmm.
almost it's the equivalent of a really bright glow stick. That's the light intensity is like a really bright glow stick. What do you do?
Okay. I again mumble to myself, what the heck is that? And look over at Shaggy and be like, do you see that? What is that? And then I like kind of like squint and look and try and like like what is this? What's going on? But I'm not gonna leave Shaggy all by himself.
Sure.
Who's
I'll
yeah.
I'll give you an opportunity.
Mm,
No matter, and I'll let you decide whether or not you want
mm.
to make the roll. So if you want to try to check it out, it's going to be brains difficulty of 15.
Like
If you want to make the roll, you squint and you can't even really tell what it is. For all you know, it's just another one of Nathan's little gadgets.
yeah. Okay.
Okay, Nathan. You pull the rock out, and you notice it is glowing far brighter here
Yes.
than it was on the shore. And you try to move forward. Make a grit roll, please. And I'm gonna say difficulty of 10. As you pick up a foot to step forward, the pressure actually pushes you back and off the bridge, backwards off of the bridge back onto the road. Like not off the bridge, and it just kind of like causes you to stumble backwards, off the bridge onto the road. Bunny and Chris, you guys are continuing to move forward on the bridge, or do you want to continue to move forward on the bridge? You've
Well,
lost about 5 feet.
I would like to continue.
yeah,
Does
we
having
made
a
it to
hold of
the
the guardrail
railing,
give us
so
any kind of benefit?
Um, make a grit roll, please. Difficulty of 8.
really.
Liz, as you hold on to the guardrail, you move forward. And Bunny, would you like to use any adversity tokens?
I only have 4.
I can also give Bunny some adversity tokens.
With the difficulty being 8, you would need to spend 7 for success and at least 1 to prevent that one from being a
I'm
really
too
bad
far away,
failure.
right?
Yeah, you are not even on the bridge. You're on the road right before the bridge, and they're about 10 feet onto the bridge.
Okay.
I can give her 3.
Okay.
We've been failing a
So
lot of grit checks.
spend your 3 tokens.
I'm spending my
You
4.
feel okay. So altogether, that's an 8. So you succeed with a lot of effort, Bunny. You feel as if you're trying to walk through a concrete wall. You pick your foot up, and even though you don't see anything, and you know you were 5 feet farther from where you are now, as you try to move forward, it feels like you're literally trying to walk through a concrete wall. But as you grit your teeth and try to move forward, and you feel Chris holding on to your arm, pulling you forward, it gives you that extra little bit of a oomph, and you guys proceed 5 feet farther onto the bridge. You're now 15 feet onto the bridge. Soraya, you see the Chris and Bunny struggling really hard to proceed
You up,
across
Dale?
this bridge, um across the river. um and Nate just kind of got pushed backwards away from the bridge. Are you just going to continue to watch?
Sorry, hold on.
Hmm. Nate, do you want to continue trying to walk across the bridge, or do you want to say something? What are you doing?
I'm gonna yell and see if they can hear me.
Okay. Yell at them. Go for it. Take the seat.
Bunny, can you hear me?
And yes, you can hear 'em.
Yeah, Nate.
What do
Are
I
you
need to
having the
do?
same issue?
Sorry.
What? Can you repeat that?
Are you having the same issue? Can you not walk
Yeah,
on the
it's.
bridge?
I don't know. It's like something's pushing at us.
We're walking, kind of.
Okay, well, keep trying. I can't move anymore, so I'm gonna stay here.
Soraya, you see Bunny and Chris about 15 feet onto the bridge. You hear them talking about this, how they're having a hard time crossing the bridge, and Nate can't even get across the bridge. You did see him get pushed. He made it about 5 feet onto the bridge, and then he got pushed back. Are you gonna continue watching?
I am. I don't want to leave Shaggy, but I want to go. I don't know what to do.
Shaggy, are you
Oh.
awake?
Shaggy, are you there?
Shaggy, are you here?
He's
Albie.
dead, Jim.
He's dead, Jim.
Maybe
Ain't
he just
Shaggy.
lays down on the ground and goes to sleep.
Shaggy curls up on the ground and goes to sleep.
He's a food coma.
Yeah.
I will say that Shaggy is safe, Soraya.
Okay.
Something comes over him and he just kind of like passes out.
Nap time.
Nap time.
I will. I will go. I guess make my way towards the bridge and see if my other friends are okay. While
You get to
carefully
where
looking back too to make sure Shaggy stays okay.
absolutely. So you keep looking back and Shaggy seems to be okay. You reach Nathan's side. Bunny and Chris, you're going to continue trying to make it across the bridge, correct?
I guess so. You know the definition of insanity.
Yeah.
So both of you make grit checks, difficulty of 15.
Trying to kill us.
He's trying to blow us over the bridge.
With those rolls, it might happen.
Hey, 13's not bad, okay?
Okay, well,
Chris,
Mine is.
make a grit check, please. Difficulty of 15.
who the fuck rolled the nat 1?
Nathan, roll a grit check, please. Difficulty of 15.
Fuck.
Would you like to use an adversity token?
Is
to
it gonna
raise that
matter?
amount? It will matter. in this instance.
Absolutely. You rolled a nat 1. That's like a critical failure. You need
Hey,
to.
yes,
vote
yes. I'll
that.
use both my tokens.
Okay. Soraya, roll a grit check. Difficulty of 15, please.
Yeah, I'm gonna go flying, guys. So watch this. Where's my grid? There it is. Oh my god.
You never answered me about if we get a benefit from holding on to the railing.
You do.
Also,
I decreased the difficulty.
also, that 13 that I got is a 14, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And what was the difficulty on that one?
15.
Okay.
Fluffy. You have failed by 12 points. Is there any way that you can increase that, reduce that failure?
I
to
have
a
one
minimum of
adversity
9?
token. But I want to give it to Chris and let her succeed.
Keep in mind
I know what I'm
that
doing. I know it's going to be bad.
Chris, would you like to use an adversity token to give yourself that 15 now that you have 14?
That she had
I already
14.
had 14 because me and Bunny are
Okay,
together.
so you have 15.
So I would like to use my one adversity token to fix myself so that Bunny doesn't have to use one on me.
Well, then I'll use my one on myself.
So that gives you, with the +1 from grit. No, you don't have a +1 from grit, do you? You just
No,
have.
I
If you
don't.
just
I
do
don't
this
get plus.
before.
I get plus in fight and brawn.
Me, I know me and Bunny both have a +1 right now because we're helping each other. That's
Right.
what you told us.
Yes.
So that brings me up to 5.
That is still a failure of 10. Liz, do you have any more adversity tokens to give her one more so
I
that
have
she
one
fails
more. I'll
only
give her
by
one
9?
more.
Very well.
That's
How
my
do
last
you know
one.
if you have any modifiers?
So you have, as a teenager, you have a modifier. You have +1 to fight, and I believe +1 to
Brawn.
brawn.
Brawn. Yep.
Mm, Does it?
Yeah, and
Mhm.
then any other modifiers by environment or whatever.
I never asked if any of our strengths gave us modifiers.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. The strengths don't give you
Um,
modifiers?
some of them do, but most of them enable you to do certain things despite what is happening.
Okay.
For example, Nate's heroic allows him to ignore a fear if he chooses to use it. Okay. As you start to press forward, Chris, you, with a lot of effort, you start to push forward. Bunny, you start to push forward, and you literally feel as if your body is being cut and shredded, but you push past it and you make it another 5 feet with Chris's help. You are now both 15 feet, sorry, 20 feet onto the bridge.
How far do we have to go?
This is a very long bridge. I believe the river was, what did you say, Bunny? 200-foot bridge?
Yeah. But what I want to know is where are we trying to reach to? Surely this can't go all the way across the bridge.
I mean, the bridge goes, it spans the entirety of the river.
Yeah, but how far do we have to go to fight the pressure? How far until we get to the spot we're not supposed to be reaching?
You'll only know if you keep going, if that's
Uh-huh.
what you choose to do.
It is. Even if I have to pay with my life.
So, Nate and Soraya, you see them having a hard time crossing the bridge. Do you continue to stand there and watch?
I want to know what's going on, so I'm gonna ask Nate, what's going on? What's happening over here?
I don't know. They're not getting through. There's a force field that's pushing us back. We can't even get on the bridge.
We can't get on the bridge. That's not real. We can get on the bridge.
Try it. Do it. See what happens.
Soraya, do you try to get across the bridge?
Yes, I try to walk across the bridge.
Grit check, difficulty of 10, please.
Holy fuck. Yes, I have a token.
And yes, you're going to use it.
Yes, I'm gonna use it.
As you get ready to put your foot across, it feels like you're. It's not wind per se, but it has the force of a very strong gust of wind, but you are able to push yourself through it. It's just this force that it seems to be pushing against you. Bunny and Chris, you are 20 feet across the bridge. Do you wish to continue moving across it?
First, I want to look around me. What do we see?
Um, you've got the embankment that is disappearing into the river underneath you, underneath the bridge. You see the crime scene on the south side of the bridge. You see Soraya trying to go across the bridge. She's about 5 feet onto the bridge at this point. Nate is standing off the bridge, kind of just watching the three of you. Shaggy seems to have fallen asleep at the base of a tree.
And nothing else, nothing unusual.
Oh, and you do see Nathan is holding this weird glowing blue thing in the palm of his hand.
I forgot to ask about that.
Hmm.
And it's emitting a light with the intensity of a strong, very strong glow stick, illuminating both him and, at this point, kind of Soraya, but since she's in front of the light, it's causing a shadow to be cast onto the bridge.
All right. Yeah, we're just gonna keep going.
I'm
You're
stubborn.
gonna keep.
We're very
Okay.
stubborn. And if you give me a grit check of 15 again, mister, I'm gonna come to your house and I'm gonna take all your dust bunnies.
Well, in that case, I will expect you here.
Be like,
If you decide
please?
to cross the bridge, you will have to make a grit check difficulty of 20. For both Chris and Bunny.
My grit is only a d6.
Mine is a D20.
Bunny, you know that you can continue to try, but you also know the limitations of your body. And you know that this pressure is becoming overwhelming.
I am going to call to Nathan and try to get him and Soraya to try to join us.
That's a good idea.
Nathan! Nathan, Soraya!
What?
Come join us! Come help us! We need to do this as a team.
All right, we'll try it again. I'm gonna try and go head to them.
Nate, make a grit check difficulty of 10,
God
please.
damn it! Haven't been good runs tonight. Fuck.
You try to push against it, but it literally feels like, again, you don't feel wind per se. Your foot starts to go across, and you try pushing forward, and you just get kind of pushed back, gently pushed back, kind of rocking you back on your heels. Soraya, are you going to continue moving forward?
I am going to. Actually, I think I'm going to step back and kind of do what they're doing, grab Nathan's hand and do like try and see if we can like push through together, or his arm, like wrap, chain our arms together.
Okay.
You know, like we got to do this together.
So Nathan, Soraya comes back to where you are and hooks her elbow into yours, and kind of gives you a knowing nod that you guys have to do this together.
Mm.
Back to Chris and Bunny. Do you want to wait, or do you want to continue try pressing forward?
I think we're gonna hold our place and shout encouragement and tell them, get to the railing!
I
Chris
guess that's
and
what we're gonna
Bunny,
do.
make a grit check difficulty of 15, please, to hold your place
God
where you're
damn
at.
Oh,
Chris
I
and
was going to
Bunny.
suggest we sit down, but
Fuck.
okay.
No, Chris and Bunny, sorry.
Oh,
Oh, thank God.
As you yell back to this, to them, Bunny, Chris gets ready to kind of say something to you, and the pressure against your body is immense. I did say difficulty of 15, correct?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you guys have enough adversity tokens to get Bunny to 16?
I don't have any adversity
Or to
tokens.
6?
I
Sorry.
don't have any either.
I need everybody to make a grit check, please. Difficulty of 15.
Everybody.
Except for
Oh,
Bunny.
sorry, buddy. I'm not helping you.
I got
You all. Bunny. As you yell back encouragement to your friends, you feel something as hard as steel press against the entire front portion of your body. You see nothing, but you feel it like a giant steel plate. But it doesn't just press against your body, it slams into you. Chris, Soraya, Nathan, you see Bunny. It looks like she just got hit by a car as she flies backwards. Uh, her and Chris's arms just Bunny gets ripped from Chris's arms as she goes flying backwards off of the bridge. Bunny, make another grit check for me, please. Difficulty of 15.
Okay, that's it. I'm cursed.
As she's flying through the air, her arms and legs flailing, it's like she hits an event horizon. And she goes from a solid human being into a red mist as her body disintegrates in midair. The shock of the scene causes Chris to lose her grip on the bridge, and she gets pushed backwards as well, flying through the air about 5 feet off the ground. She lands on the road behind you guys, and you guys also, Soraya and Nathan, get picked up off your feet and tossed back off of the bridge onto the street. And as gravity pulls down the red mist, you are covered in blood. And that is tonight's session.
Fucking damn it, Chief!